care about you. So I was, we already talked.
No,
bro,
of course,
you know
of
what I'm
course.
Mm-hmm.
High value content, man.
Yeah, you just you let me know, Mike, and whatever you want to.
Content.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we live. Yo, what's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Mike Rashid. Very special guest. Oh, my brother's fresh and fit. And an extra special guest. We got VIP in the house, Mr. Organik.
Man,
what's up, everybody?
Have no fear, Mr. Organik is here. It's my pleasure to be here with the guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, look, it's a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to preface this and that. We want to touch on what constitutes a high-value male, right? We can touch on, you guys specialize in talking about dating and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So we want to dive into that. We got some differences of opinion that we could dive into, you know what I'm saying? And
which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And for those that don't know, me and Mike are good friends, man. Like we talk all the time, we disagree, but that doesn't mean you can't be friends with someone when you disagree on things.
I disagree with everybody though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
that's,
a very
that's a real
disagreeable
friend,
person.
Yeah.
That's a real friend that can go against your thoughts and give you his input. He's trying to improve you. Mm-hmm. And also, y'all add to each other dialogue. That's a beautiful
There's
thing.
no hate. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Difference of opinion.
When people agree with everything you say, it's some yes man shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And we got this thing called like if it's an idea, concept we want to roll out. All right, let's poke holes. We got to make it hater proof. When we present it, it's got to be airtight. So that's the nature. It's kind of like a sport to like where can I find some vulnerability in this concept? You know what I'm saying? We talk about it, and if there is, then we sure it up. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't care, for y'all out there listening, if you don't care about your friends, you're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
If you care, you're going to try to tighten them up.
Mandatory.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start down here. What is a high value man?
So high value man, there's many definitions out there, from different channels, different people. But for me personally, high value means you add value to people that are close to you and away from you. Meaning, for example, your value to the marketplace could be a product, a service, or just you as a human being being motivational as value to people's lives. And it could be monetary value. It could be like, just giving inspiration. But the point of fact is that like you're your best self, and that presence alone adds value to people's lives for me personally. So it's a mindset thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mr. Organic.
I always base it off a couple like main seeds. I feel like mentally you gotta have value, financially, physically, and then like spiritually. So you have all those four in sync, then you're a high value man. Like you can't think you're high value just because you got money. That don't add up. Like what that mean? You can't just be physically fit and think you really doing something. You still lacking in other areas. And then your spirituality, your mind got to be strong, and how you perceive yourself and others around you. So all those things got to be connected, I feel like. And of course, how you treat others too. You just can't be belligerent to everybody around you. You got to treat people in a great manner. The better you treat others, the more they're going to treat you better and put you at a high value. So the same way you perceive yourself, you want others to perceive you. And if they don't, then you keep them from around you. And a high value man controls his environment. So yeah, you need those elements for sure.
I dig that.
So I got like three main components, and then there's like subsets as well, but I won't go too much into it. Right. But I would say the three main components are your money, right? So I would say financial security, and beyond security, to have abundance, right?
Okay.
Financial abundance as a high value guy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then physical fitness to the degree where you're in shape, but you also are aesthetically pleasing to a degree. I'm not saying you got to look like, on the cover of Men's Health, but you should be looking good where if you take your shirt off at a beach, people are going to be like, all right, this guy works out.
Right.
And then game, which, a lot of people have different interpretations and or definitions of game, but how I would break it down is basically what it is social awareness of female nature, adapting to the said situation in the modern day dating marketplace, and putting yourself in a position where you can get the commodity that you want from women without necessarily giving up all of your resources. So like I would say, let's be honest, most guys, they want to get sexual access to women, right? But what do most guys do? They lead with their wallet, they spend a lot of time, they spend a lot of money, and they might not even get the box. Mm-hmm. But I would say if you have game, you're able to get the box without necessarily giving all of your time, attention, resources, whatever, just because you're able to read the situation. Is this girl high interest? Is she low interest? And then move accordingly. If she's low interest, you move on to another girl. If she's high interest, you can see that with the body language. You got the social awareness, and then bang, you make it happen. So that's what I would define game as. And then I would say basically having like a network of like other guys that respect you and admire you, because your network is your net worth. Hell, I'm in a room right now with a couple of millionaires, and I wouldn't be here if I wasn't bringing some kind of value as well. So having other peers that are high value is also very important as well.
Okay, I dig that. I dig everything y'all said. It's funny because I sent a text to a bunch of people that I respect this morning when you sent me that topic. Both of y'all sent me the topic. Y'all sent it at the same time.
Yeah.
And to see what their breakdowns was, and I'm like, shit, I'm learning so much just from the homies, right? And then I went and looked at, because we're talking about this because Kevin Samuels kind of made it popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then so I went and listened to his breakdown, right? And I respect what he said. He's like, look, this is my opinion. Everybody's gonna have their own perspective, but this is how I see it, right? So this is what he said. He said 6 principles. He said 1, money. He said making around $10,000 a month, and that's adjusted to like Atlanta. So of course, if you're in LA, it's gonna be maybe 20.
You gotta double that.
You know what I'm saying? 20, 30. You know what I'm saying? New York, everywhere's gonna be different, but right? I said okay. And then what I respected, he said 2, it has to be consistent.
Right.
Like 5 years of you consistently making X amount of money, right?
Yep.
Because performance over time. I'm like, I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a heavy one.
Right. 3, group acceptance. So what you said, like basically your peers, they want you a part of the squad. They want you in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? 4, I guess it kind of goes with number 3, a network of other high value men. So other men that meet these criteria, we're all in counsel with each other. 5, visibility. And what he meant by that, he gave a breakdown of like, this guy is VP of this bank, this guy, all these high position jobs or positions. And then another guy's like, well, I'm just an entrepreneur. So it's kind of vague and ambiguous. You can't really, you don't know where, you know what I'm saying? And I can attest to that because when I was in Miami, bro, I'm like,
so many, yeah.
Is everybody rich? Like, what do y'all do?
Crazy.
Like, nobody. It was very vague.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel comfortable around
Everyone
that.
calls himself an entrepreneur.
I didn't feel comfortable around that.
Even girls.
Yeah. You gotta have some type of title that you stand on.
Yeah, like
that you're
what
known
exactly?
for.
Right. What exactly do you do? Because
Right.
listen, my life, I used to be on the other side of legalities. So the stuff that I dealt with, I don't want nothing to do with nothing illegal. So when people are like moving certain cars, whips, whatever, and it's unclear, I got to stay away from that.
Yeah.
Right. That's a red
100%.
flag.
Facts.
And then number 6, the last one was utility, usefulness to others. If the person's in demand, you know what I'm saying? If their presence is felt when they're around, and if their absence, their presence is felt as well. I'm like, yo, I really fucking rock with that.
No, that's
You know what
heavy.
I'm saying?
I
rock with that.
never knew those principles, but damn, those are potent right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because thing is, no one's gonna call himself high value and actually be high value. People have to say it for you.
Yes.
So bragging about it, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm high value, I'm this and that, I'm alpha." Who does that, bro?
Right.
If people tell you that off rip, it means you're actually high value. The
And
marketplace.
I'll say this too.
Oh,
Go ahead, Mike.
go. No, go.
Because and I always say that you can't necessarily attribute yourself to a value. The market dictates your value.
Correct,
and
right.
Men, we're the creators, right? Whether we create a product, we make an invention, we work for a company, and we create something. Men are typically based on what we create, right? And then the market dictates our value, and we're compensated as such. Someone that makes a lot of money, pretty much you can logically conclude that person brings value to the market to some degree, where people are trying to pay for his service or his expertise to a degree. And with men, the reality puts us where we need to be as far as like what our value is. But the thing that's funny with women, we bring them on the podcast all the time, they say, I'm a high value woman. And I'm like, well, a high value woman does not exist without a high value man crowning her a high value woman, because a
what's your
king
attributes, baby?
creates a queen. Yeah. So like I look at it like the ultimate consumer of female beauty is men. So you cannot sit there and call yourself a 10 if you don't have a guy that's high value by his side. Like if you don't have his last name, are you really high value? So I would say the market dictates a man's value, like what he creates and how people view him and respect him, his name, his legacy. And then a woman's value is determined by what caliber of man can she attract. And if she can attract a high value man, then bam, now she's a high value woman. But, I find it funny when women say, well, I'm a high value woman. No, you're just a higher earning woman. But a woman's value isn't necessarily determined by the value she brings to society. If she makes money, that's great for her.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily make her more sexually attractive.
Yeah,
versus for men.
And this is what people got to understand. It's just fucking different.
Yeah,
Right.
we're very
It's
different.
different.
Yeah.
It's
Men and women
different.
are different.
Accept it.
Nobody in here is looking for a woman that makes a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a
Right?
plus, but you
I,
ain't gonna.
I would love that, but I
Right.
really don't care. It's not a concern. It's not a consideration. And I'm gonna go back to. It's funny. I ran across this channel on YouTube. It was actually pretty dope. It was I forget the guy's name, but they were like doing loyalty tests,
Okay.
Right? Seeing if your girl would cheat, whatever,
Is
would
it
she go on a
UDY?
date? That's it.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to
Shout out to
UDY.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit is dope. So y'all check them out. So now, granted, everybody on there is young, right? But here's the thing. A 23-year-old woman and a 23-year-old man is not the same, right?
facts.
The man really like 16, 17. You know what I'm saying?
Right, hell yeah.
When I'll use me for an example. When I was in high school, the juniors, the seniors were not fucking with us. Their boyfriends was out of school with cars. You know what I'm saying?
That's like 7th, 8th
Right.
grade shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, certain places. And even when I was a young man, like my son's mother, like she's younger than me, but she was dating NBA guys, like rich dudes. I'm in my early 20s. I was intimidated by her. 'Cause I know I can't. I can't bring nothing to the
Facts.
Where am I gonna take her? Like my car whack. You know what I'm saying? So I never even tried to spit at certain girls at certain ages because I'm like, I'm not there. You know what I'm
Can't
saying?
compete.
So anyway, back to this show. This shit
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious. It was sad too because there's some broken hearts. You know what I'm saying? Some broken hearts. But each and every one of these girls that was agreeing to go on a date with another guy, the other guys are more successful than their situation.
Yeah.
In their situation, there's no success at all. It's like just regular 23-year-old shit, right? So nowadays, 23-year-olds are making millions.
Oh, hell yeah.
But, you know, it's a lot that's not, right? So anyway, when I was young, that shit wasn't happening unless you was like in the dope game
That's
already.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, yo, T,
What's going
you
on,
got a
man?
light going, this light having epilepsy in here.
Yeah, right. About to get me up really on the guard.
It's
They
going
trying
in
to
and out,
dim
bro.
my light, man. God damn it, like all these
Hold
haters
on,
in the
YouTube,
world.
we having a, little technical. But anyway.
We're live, guys.
My jury too bright. Put
Right.
the light out, man.
Yeah, you shining in.
Damn, it's all good.
Do it live.
So or do it live. Damn it. Anyway, you know, I'm like, yo, fellas, take note. Like one of the girls said, the guy's like, why'd you do this? Like, fuck you, yada yada yada. She's like, bro, make more money.
Damn.
I'm like, she's right. She's right, right?
Make you some money, man.
So like in Kevin, his shit, the number one thing was like money, right? And it's like money does not determine your value
Yeah.
by itself, right?
Yeah.
But that shit is very important.
It's important, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, cause me, when I was like, I don't know, 14, 15, I'm listening to a tape from Minister Farrakhan, and one of the things that he said, he was like just delivering a message to young men, and he was saying, you do not deserve the pleasures of a woman's breast if you can't take care of her. Like,
I remember that.
because his shit is geared toward like, yo, marry somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But take care of her, right?
Yep.
So that shit's always been locked into me.
Yep.
Like, what do I have to offer this woman?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I never
I agree with
wasted
that.
nobody's time. You know what I mean? So I feel like that show right there should have been, you know, for guys to see like, all right, fuck all of this. You 23, 24 trying to be in a relationship. Build your foundation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where, you know what I'm saying? That show was very telling because literally every one of those situations, the dude didn't have much going for himself, but the dudes that they were going to cheat with
Right.
did.
I feel you on that because even when I was younger, I probably did mess with a lot of like girls that had money and shit and use them for money, you know, slinging dick. But it only lasts a certain amount of time. So
Right.
like money does bring you stability in a real bad in a bitch who really got some money or something going on.
Right.
You can fuck them, but they gonna leave you for somebody else.
Facts.
Yeah,
It's only
yeah.
so long you can long stroke them
And
before
that
they
was-
find
that-
somebody else.
But it's I guess it's a matter of what are you looking for.
Right.
If you're just looking to smash, like, because I did too. Like I've done my thing.
Yeah.
But when I got to an age of like, but there were certain women I'm like that
They ain't going.
they're not gonna waste their time.
Nope.
Just to have sex. You
And
know
I'll
what I'm
say
saying?
this too, to double because y'all both brought fantastic points. With you saying that you shouldn't be able to enjoy a woman's breast unless you can afford it. I'm a firm believer that if you want a traditional woman, then you need to be a traditional man. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways.
Yeah.
So if you want a woman that's gonna cook and clean and be feminine and submissive, you should be a dominant man. Which being dominant from the male perspective does incorporate being able to provision. And then
Right.
from what you were saying, Organik, which is 100% true. If you let's say you got game and you're a good looking guy and you pull a chick, you know, even though you're broke,
Right.
that will you can still get sexual access and everything, but are you going to be able to maintain and keep her?
Nope.
Probably not. Especially
She's gonna
if she's
break
bad,
loose.
She's going to break loose.
It
to
never
somebody.
fails. It never fails.
So that's why
Because
it's
there's
so important
dudes-
to have everything.
And here's the thing, they're gonna break loose with dudes that ain't as good looking as you.
Yeah,
Yep.
facts.
That can't sling dick that
Yep.
well, but provide security.
Security.
And that's
facts.
I feel like us as men, we know on a certain level, like, okay, if I'm on this level, I can't talk to that chick because she's way better than me in terms of like what she can get, like a high value guy.
Do guys really know that though?
Yeah, because I know I never did. I was going after the most
but
Queen of
even for
England
me,
type.
like back when I was like younger, like even coming to America, when I first came here, I knew I was fripped. I couldn't get a baddie. I did it like 3s and 4s and 5s. That was the most I could do.
Right.
But when I leveled up as a guy, money, confidence, and finances, I was like, okay, you know what? Now I can go out there and actually provide some value to girls other than just like, some dick. And that, like you said earlier, it retains them a lot longer than you just giving them dick all the time.
Yeah.
It's a more meaningful connection because, like, when I think back when I was younger, I've always had fun, right? But it was certain types of girls. You know what I'm saying? They might have looked a certain way, but the conversation is a little like whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when you wanted that higher value, and this value to us, like dope conversation with a woman is valuable to me.
Yeah,
you know
that
what I'm
really
saying?
understand. Yeah,
we could just sit up and talk all night. That was a vibe. You know what I'm saying? From back then even to now. So
Very important.
But when you're listen, I had a girl that we were fucking super tight. She really liked me. I really liked her, but she was from a very prominent family, and I'm like, I'm a street dude. Like, they ain't gonna accept me. Like, so I never wanted to even waste her time, and that because I knew I was gonna fuck it up at some point, and she's gonna hate me. We're not gonna be friends no more. You know what I'm saying? So we stayed tight, but I kept my distance. I never took it to a romantic level, even though I wanted to. But I had that kind of awareness, even with myself, because I wasn't ready to be in a real relationship for most of my life. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And so certain people, I just never wanted to, like, I just don't want you to hate me. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that, like, look, this is not going to end well. You know what I'm saying? Knowing my track record. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of kept my distance from certain people because of that. You know what I'm saying? But I had a lot of self-awareness at a young age.
Yeah, because what I've noticed is that women are always if they can, they would prefer to get a man that embodies all these components. But unfortunately, most guys don't meet the metrics of having the money, being attractive, being confident, having being arousing at the same time, being able to provide that security. So what I've noticed, especially in today's dating marketplace, is what girls do is they kind of get their their needs fulfilled by different men. Mm-hmm. So they got a sugar daddy here that provides the money and the security, right, in certain experiences. Then they got the guy here that might be physically attractive but broke. And a lot of the times, age, like you mentioned before, is typically correlated with, like, their value. So, like, I always say, like, girls get mad at me when I say it on the show, but like an 18-year-old guy is like the equivalent of like a 45-year-old woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they're both fairly useless to the opposite gender. Because a 45-year-old woman is no longer, she's not going to be as attractive and as fertile as she used to be, whereas an 18-year-old man hasn't realized his potential. So it's the same. It's just that, like, the tables turn as men get older and women get older, and it's almost like inverse. Men got to create their value. Women are born with it, and they got to preserve it. So. But, women get mad when I say that. But it's the truth. Like, a 45-year-old woman is never going to be able to compete with a 21-year-old girl, a 21-year-old woman.
Got all type of kids and all that.
Yeah,
Come on, baby. Get your goddamn ass
and here's
out
the
of
thing. I've always said I would never date a woman my age, right? Because I'm like, for what? Like, we're not the same, right? And here's the thing. When a woman is, and for the ladies listening out there, don't take this no way, generally speaking, when a woman is like 30... 31, 32, still single. Personally, I don't really want that.
Something wrong with her.
Yeah. Well, right.
Wrong with the bitch, man.
1,000.
Why are you still single?
Yeah.
People should have a good amount of experiences, right? But you probably had too many. And you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to deal with all of the shit that comes with that. 30-something years old and you're not locked down. You know what I'm saying?
Like how?
So, it's a lot to that, and people got to be cognizant of that. One thing I do like about what Kevin say is, like, actually, I'm going to take this back to Minister Farrakhan, because he was always like, look, don't be fucking around, like, just get married. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you why. You have a lot of these fucking women who are in their 30s because everybody's just fucking around.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? And we put a lot of shit on women, but it's a lot on us too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, I want to segue to something that we talked about the last time y'all was here.
Yeah, sure.
The pregnancy shit. Right? Cause we be debating, me and my guys. I'm like, yo, I don't agree with this shit, right? So, all right, so to refresh everybody, we was talking about, you said, both of y'all said, if a dude get a girl pregnant, she don't want it.
Right.
You finish.
If she doesn't want it?
She don't want it. No. He don't want it.
Shit.
But she don't want to get an abortion, then what?
He's on the hook. It's she could men have zero reproductive rights in the West.
So
she could have the kid, and he's got to pay child support. Like he's fucked.
But y'all said that it's on her though.
Yes, yeah. So my argument is, so because I got a bunch of hate from feminists on this. I said, if a woman has a child, right, and against the man's wishes or whatever it is, and she chooses, she has pro-choice, then she's got to be pro-consequence too. And if that guy doesn't want to stick around and help the kid, that's on her because she should have picked better.
I say fuck you and the kid, and I pay the money. So I ain't got nothing to do with it. I like you don't exist.
Yeah,
because I said no. Like I made my decision. Like why are you doing that?
So I blame the woman because she laid with that man and she decided to have the kid because women have so many different points of exit in the whole pregnancy situation where they can get an abortion, whatever. And even if they live in a state that doesn't allow it, you could drive over the border to another state. Most of the states in the United States let you get an abortion fairly late into your pregnancy. So you know, you can make the move happen. And my thing is, if you're going to be a single mom and you choose to do that, then you got to be willing to accept whatever comes with that as well.
Right.
It sucks for the guy. Like, I personally, don't get me wrong.
But
like,
you don't think it sucks for both?
So my thing is this. I think that the guy, like, he should support the kid. Like, he should do it.
Yeah.
But if he decides not to, the woman's got to be ready for that, is what I'm trying to say.
I think
like, it's
on
selfish,
her, man.
And then she just got to do her research in life.
But
because look how many single mothers out there. You know what you're getting into when you play this game.
Yeah.
You sure you want to dive into
like,
this? Like,
it kind of like repeat the process. For example, a lot of these girls like this, sorry, for the most part, they're from other single moms. So it's like, oh, you know what? I could probably do it too. But it's like, yo, you've been through it already. Why you gonna do it to your kids?
Yeah, chill out.
And look, I get it. It's also the guy's part as well, to an extent. But you have control. So this is your chance to say, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't the best option for me because I got stuff going on in my life. I'm not going to be a good parent by myself. Maybe this isn't the right guy because he doesn't want to do it. Let me figure it out. But other than that, it's kind of like, okay, you're going to continue the cycle. And it's like, is it ever going to break? Probably not.
And one last thing I want to say, too. Since women have 100% authority on who gets born in the United States and who in Western world in general, they also have 100% responsibility with said authority. I always say, like, a shout out to our boy Rolo, like you know, authority always comes with responsibility to some degree. So you can't have 100% authority and then say, well, I only want 50% responsibility because the man really has no say so. So it doesn't make sense for you to, you know, say, oh, well, I'm the only one that can universally make a decision on this. Well, then you got to universally accept the consequences with it and responsibility.
That's right.
Rolo, that's the old white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yo, this motherfucker, right?
On everything.
So everybody did a video about me, right? And I watched, right? I watched some of this shit. I'm like, he did the first 20 minutes. He's trying to like create an aura of. He didn't say this directly, but he's like, don't respect this guy just because he's successful. That's what he was doing to his people. He's using Joe Rogan as an example. Like, Joe Rogan, okay, yeah, maybe he got 100 million from Spotify, but where's his character? I'm like, what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? And he kept saying, like, trying to write me off as some guru, like a Tony Robbins or whatever, right? I would take Tony Robbins' fame and fortune.
You goddamn right.
100%.
Yeah.
But he's writing me off as somebody who, like a preacher, like, I have a doctrine, and I'm selling that to people, and that's all I do. Like he's like, well, what does he really do? And it's like, yo, I do a lot. Like I have actual businesses, like structures, like facilities, like you know what I'm saying. I sell millions of dollars of product, and I have been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? And I get a lot of people in shape. Like I do a lot, right? So like I know that's y'all guy, and look, no knock to him. I know he's doing his style of content is other people's names and images and. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never done that, right?
Playing with the algorithms.
And I'm not mad at it. It's a strategy that works. You know what I'm saying? But it's like people like him should, because he kept saying, I don't know who this guy is. Then find out before you talk about me. Man. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was, because he's not a dumb guy, right? He's intelligent. So he was shitting on me with an out, so it didn't look like it, right? But he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, you're positioning yourself as this authority of masculinity, right? But you're not even masculine, like in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? He, long hair, soft shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect if that's your guy like that, but I'm like, you're not like, talk to me. Reach out.
I'm gonna put y'all together, man.
Talk to me.
No, because the thing is, I know you guys. Real talk, because I know him and I know you. You guys would get along. Real talk. Like I'm gonna bridge that gap and make that collab.
But see, I would never do what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would not. I'd rather you say like, fuck this guy. I like that. I respect that shit.
Yeah.
But don't like, speak intelligent and all of this shit. But you're constantly trying to like, in a sly way, throw me under the bus. You know what I'm saying? To your people, preaching to your own choir. You know what I'm saying?
We'll make the collab happen, man. Like
I don't even really care for a collab.
Y'all will get along. I know y'all will get along.
Collab, really.
But hold on. Think about what he's saying. He didn't come to him and say, "Yo, bro," or do some research. He just said, "I made a video about him." So I get it.
Yeah.
So we gotta say,
I get where Mike's coming from.
And he kept saying, "I don't know this guy."
Yeah.
But that video looked like it's my video. You're not in the thumbnail at all. It's me. It looked like it was my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just an interesting strategy.
Plus we are cool with Mike too, so it's kind of like,
yeah. I love both of y'all.
It has nothing to do. Listen,
it
has nothing to do with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But people like that is interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a high level of insecurity in that kind of behavior. Like, fuck this in shape, handsome, rich guy. Who cares? Where's his character? Like, why are you calling out these positive attributes of me, but saying, but so what? You can't listen to some. They kept saying this. You can't listen to him. He's a natural. Okay, came from the bottom, and okay, I don't have that story. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you really doing here? Why are you talking about me, period? Like, what's it to you? You know what I'm saying?
I think the principle you're trying to say is like, if someone's always been good at a certain task, they can't teach you the fundamentals. But you've been
why not though?
But you can,
why not?
Because like
that's a perfect example.
It is.
But hold on, I gotta argue that, because think about this, right? A guy that had to struggle, and you struggle as well, mate. You aren't always like this successful. You were at the bottom at some point. Sure. But it's like a guy that's always been at the top. It's kind of like, how can you tell someone that's been at the bottom how to make it if you?
Because you know how the top feel. So you can still look at the bottom at the top. Look, I can look down there. I can tell you how you get up here.
But bro, hold on. I've been in the bottom.
No. I know you have. That's why
times.
I said you should do some more research.
Yeah, but people don't know that. Yeah, but
you too organic.
Yeah,
right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Never
like,
been at the bottom.
A guy that's always been like a trust fund baby. How can he tell you to be successful?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I think that's what.
But here's the thing though. But he said right. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard enough. He says, okay, he got the story come from the bottom and got successful, right? Okay, you just acknowledge that I was at a place of not. Like I wasn't in a high position forever, right?
Right.
Whether you knew that or not, you're just saying this, right? But you can't listen to him. He's just always been there. It's just it doesn't even go. You know what I'm saying? It cancels out what he said, right? So it's just interesting. That is a high level of insecurity. He's insecure about me, right? Why? Because I am. You speak about masculinity. I'm very masculine. People know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dominant guy, like all of the shit that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm that, right? And it's cool. It is what it is. Everybody got their powers, their strengths. So I'm a real representation of it. I don't really know this guy, so I'm not going to say he's not, right? Mm-hmm. But just my brief observation, he's not. You know what I'm saying? And no, that has no reflection on you guys, so I'm not putting.
We love both you guys, and I'm gonna put you in touch. I think
yeah,
you guys would have a great conversation, man. It doesn't have to be on YouTube or nothing, but I think y'all would have a great conversation.
But hold on, I got a question though. Organic.
What's up?
Do you have that same type of like approach when people talk about you? Like, for example, you're tall, successful,
right? You
know what I'm saying, sturdy,
right?
Masculine as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are targets because people want to be like you, but they're not.
Yeah. So like, he probably has the same thing his whole life. People always had like underlying hatred for us for no reason, and we go out our way to be good people. We're not trying to smash you. We're not trying to embarrass you because we are who we are. We're confident. We know what we did to get here. We know what we're doing to go further.
Yeah.
People take that a certain way. We boost people's insecurities because we boost our own confidence. So you go through that all the time as one of these type guys we are. Like when I said I never was at the bottom, it was just my mentality. Financially, yes, I was at the bottom at one point in life. But how I move, how I carry myself, I never was at the bottom because everywhere I went, I got treated like I already had millions of dollars.
Right.
But in my own life, I know I didn't. So I had to fight through that. So I always had, all the girls and all that shit. But of course, like I said, it's only so long you can fuck a bitch with some money, got some lot going on. I've been there. There's only a certain amount of time you can do it. So I knew once I always told people, hey, can't nobody fuck with me unless I got $100 million. So once I got my millions, now I'm unfuckwittable because I already had everything else. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like you already had that confidence in you. People take that a certain way. I could say I'm the shit all day. I love myself, and people hearing "fuck you," you ain't shit. And you ain't even talking to them.
Right.
It's crazy how it works.
One thing that I say all the time, because I'm like you, like, listen, I was homeless for a hot second, right? So, but I didn't never accept that shit. I'm like, well, fuck it. This is what it is. Like, nah, this ain't comfortable. I gotta get out of this shit, right? So, bro, right now I'm good, but I'm still not comfortable.
Right.
I don't think I'll ever be comfortable, right? But so that, and I say,
Comfort is a killer of ambition.
It is.
So,
it is.
yeah, for sure.
Listen, the reason I started back fighting in 2018 was because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get soft. I have no adversity. I need an enemy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need that.
Hell yeah.
I got to get up, big house, crib, you know what I'm saying? I was in northern Scottsdale. I'm getting up.
That's that area. Fountain Hills type.
Yeah, I had to get up 5 in the morning, go jogging. Like, I don't want to do this shit, but I'm going to do it because I don't want to be soft. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I always say fuck average, right? See, he's saying fuck all. That's all of us. I'm like, listen. And then people are like, well, there's averages for a reason. Like, yeah, you're right. But so what?
Right.
You don't have to be average. You don't have to be, or you can be. It's fine. It's on you. And that's the thing I say, bro. It's fine. No one's a bad person for accepting being average. I would never say that.
Right.
I just say fuck that for me. You know what I'm
Simple.
saying? And people around me, because anybody around me that I see that could do better, they'll tell you I'm annoying to them because I be on their ass. I'm like, yo, why don't you? Oh, you
And here's the other thing too, bringing it back to women. At this point, me and Fresh have interviewed hundreds of women, and the universal answer is, if you ask a girl, what do you want? They're not going to describe an average guy to you. They're going to describe an above average man, probably in the top 10%.
Mm-hmm. They try to reconfigure now because they've seen your show, but
yeah, they try to switch it up, but because we do the delusion calculator, and then we put up the delusion calculator, and it shows that like it's less than 1% of what they're looking for, and they get like four out of 5 cat bags or 5 out of 5 cat bags. So like, girls are slowly kind of starting to realize, like, okay, maybe this guy isn't as prevalent as I think. But what I tell the guys is there's nothing wrong with being average. But if you're going to be average, just understand most average women aren't going to think you're worthy, which is unfortunate. But that's the globalized sexual marketplace.
Bottom barrel women feel like they deserve a high value man.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane.
The world itself,
because especially they got a fat ass. Ooh, they deserve. And listen, you know what I'm saying? Puffy.
That's big facts.
Yeah, bro.
Got an ass.
That's a virtuous thing. Fat ass. Like,
oh yeah.
Come, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, for sure. Please.
It's a normal thing, man. And you go through different stages of life, and the older a lot of these guys get, they'll start understanding more. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to a position like where we at, it's like you get it, like the lower levels, because you've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you have some kind of self-awareness, like you said. I knew that, or I got this bad one. She got bread. I got a certain amount of time. I'm gonna be up here playing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you know that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
But some people, they complain like, man, women think that they deserve da. And for me, I say they do.
Right.
The ones that do.
Women are a high value man. We become the catch, but at the end of the day, we still want to catch for bad bitches. So they still really the catch on the low. We just can't make them know it.
To me, they are. Because here's the thing. Like,
I think the men are the prize personally. I always think
we are.
We doing more to
but what is it for though? Like, I don't want to spend my life with y'all.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There you go.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Right.
I want like my chick, like my woman, my queen.
Yep.
She's so fucking dope to me. But she dope to me because she recognized me for who I am.
Yep. And
she gave me that respect. Like everything that people complain about, but they don't get from women, they're not feminine. I get all of that, right? Mm-hmm. But I make sure I'm at a level to where you comfortable, you feel safe, you feel secure. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she gives me the most feminine energy ever. You know what I'm saying? So, and she lets me be a man for real. You know what I'm saying? So, and I tell guys all the time, that's why I say, like, yo, don't lie to chicks. I know y'all be saying, like, do what you got to do to smash. But I'm like, nah, don't. Because here's the thing. This is why I say that. Like, really embrace reality, right? So, if you went at a level, let's say you want 2, 3, 4 chicks, right? Mm-hmm. But you got to lie to this one. First of all, it's a lot of energy that you're wasting, right? And a lie is a lie, right? It is not. I find like it's karma that comes back with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up thinking that I could lie to women, like be honorable with men, but not with women. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's how I used to, like, I would lie my ass off, right? Hold on. And I remember I was actually T one time. I was like having just a lot of fucked up shit happening. I'm like, bro, I'm doing everything right. This is years ago. You think me lying to women, like, is it karma? You know what I'm saying? And my people like, everybody grew up like, nah, bro, that's not even a thing. But that is a thing. Lying to a person is lying. You know what I'm saying? It's allowing filth to come out of your mouth. Something that's not true. It never feels good to lie. I remember when I made that switch and stopped doing that shit. Keep in mind, I'm working on myself, trying to be a better person, but also trying to be financially stable and all of that shit, right? When I got to a certain position and I started telling girls like, yo, I like to have 2 girls sometimes. And they be like, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, I got deeper into like, okay, this is making my life way easier. You know what I'm saying? So it got to where I'll meet somebody and shit starting to get serious, and they would just assume that that's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to do?
We do tell guys to be honest though about like what they want with girls. Just they got to deal with the consequences of that. Like if you tell a chick you're gonna have to share me, or you be upfront and direct, you're gonna get rejected a lot, and a lot of
you
girls
gotta be top level to do that for the most part.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. You gotta be a top level. You know what I'm saying? An Avenger to do those
we
things.
We can be honest with girls because we're at a certain level, but most guys can't be, because if they're honest with a girl, who the hell are you telling me you want 2 girls? Get out of here.
But why should they be doing that though?
You ain't those other 2
If they're not on this level,
right?
Shouldn't they be working to get on this level?
So they should be,
but they want their dick wet.
They want to get their dick wet. So
okay, what are we talking about? We talking about just hanging out with a girl, or we talking about a guy having multiple women?
We're talking about a guy I
just want to smash. Okay. Oh yeah.
Why you gotta lie?
Oh, you got to.
No. You got to.
You
brother.
think so?
Yeah.
Look.
Why?
I get it. Go. Okay. So for
because
example,
this is let me do this one real quick, fresh. Like the example I always use, because I did it 100 times, and I did both ways, and every time this way always worked. They coming over. I live 30 minutes away. I want to come over. What we're gonna do? And they were like, if you think we're having sex, I'm not coming. What you gonna say? And you know what you want.
Yeah, okay. I'll answer.
You know what I'm
I'll answer.
No, we're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No. Listen, it was funny to me when a girl say that. I'm like, okay. I just say okay.
Right.
That never not happens.
Right. It never not happens. But you can't say, oh, you come over, I want to eat the pussy.
That's not lying. I'm just like, okay. If it was if that conversation was to be extended, I'm like, stop with that. You don't know.
Okay, what I'm saying is like you say we're going. You think you're gonna fuck or you're not. You gotta say one of the two.
Certain things you can't say.
I would love to, but if you don't want to, look, you don't want to.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to. But that's what we said.
That's a lie.
It is a lie.
You don't want to, cool.
Because you know.
But I know that she wants to.
But
she's lying.
That's still cold.
She's lying.
You want to, cool.
She gotta say that. She gotta say that.
I'm finessing though.
So listen. A woman ain't coming over to the crib if she don't want to smash.
Right.
That's not a thing.
But you can't.
They gotta say that.
You say that she gonna turn around.
Yeah, I don't think that's not a lie. This is what I'm talking about. A lie.
Yeah.
Like having 2 chicks. Like, are you talking to anybody else? Like, nah.
Okay,
that's a lie.
So we agree then, because we're of the opinion, right? If you're with a chick and you want to be with a bunch of chicks, just be single or do your thing.
Right.
Don't lie to her and say, "Oh, you're the only one."
Yeah, you can't lie.
You
can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
you gotta be true.
We tell guys not to lie about that. Where
Right.
the girl, because the reason why we say that is because like if you lie about that, what we've noticed is that women don't hold L's very well.
Right.
So if she thinks she's the only one, then she finds out you got another
that's
whole
bad
chick.
news.
Yeah,
that's when the craziness comes out.
Well, here's the thing. You're gonna have
all that stuff.
A lot of people that hate you, a lot of women that hate you. Like, listen, I'm not even bragging, but everyone in my past, we got good relationships.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too, though.
And
Me
even
too.
when like me and my girl got together and people start seeing it, girls from my past hit me like, oh dang, okay, she cute. I'm like, what's up? You trying to hang out with us? And they be like, is it cool? I'll talk to my girl. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just be just to see, and I'm not even interested in it no more. But it's like I know where everybody's at,
Right.
and it's still open communication if I wanted that. But here's the thing: I love my woman so much that like she has to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Not that I need that. Like, not that she's like, all right, this is how it's got to be.
That's what you want personally.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
'Cause I want
you care.
I want you to really fucking know that I'll never lie to you, and you can rely on me.
And that gives you so much more freedom and understanding.
So much freedom. Yeah. The best thing that you could be for somebody is fucking 100% honest.
Damn, that's so true.
For them to know that they can always get the truth out of you.
Yep.
And that's like, look, I want to spend the rest of my life with my woman, right? So I want her to have the utmost confidence in me.
It's
You know
real
what I'm
shit.
saying?
I just went through it. I just went through it. As y'all know, I had my girl before, and I wasn't with her at the time, but now I'm back with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's all she wanted was that security and that truth. And I had my freedom to move how I want to, and it's nobody's business outside of that. As long as we got that understanding,
Correct.
and I treat her right, and she has no like scaredness around me, or am I leaving her, or am I doing something bad to her? We got that honesty and that understanding. You got pure freedom with a good
this
woman.
too. This is the importance of spinning it back to the topic about becoming high value. This is the importance of having your money on point, your fitness on point, and having social awareness and game. Because if you have game and you understand female nature, you'll know one of the concrete tenements is, hey, girls will share you if you're worth sharing. You know what I'm saying? If you're such a rare commodity that they understand that. However, girls will share you under the context, okay, am I the main one? Do you love these other chicks? No, I don't. Okay, cool. It's just sex? All right, I'll participate in it. So, but once you get yourself to that certain level, you're able to kind of dictate these terms, which is why we tell guys, work on yourself, because when you work on yourself, everything else gets handled, because the women are a byproduct of your success versus like making the women the goal of your success. So
I typically, when I'm going into a relationship, I'm not interested in menages for the sake of menages. I want legit 2 wives. I want real companionship, right? And I told my woman that, right? But as we develop, I'm like, nah, I just want you. I'm good with just you.
That's crazy.
And it's real shit. I never thought I would be on that. But I'm like, yo, I'm cool. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You give me, see, when you qualify yourself, I always talk about this, a woman really, she elevates you, help elevate you to that God status. You know what I'm saying? And treat you as such.
They can get you to that 105% when you're performing at 100%.
That's true. Like, ever since I got back with my girl, it been, I ain't gonna lie, like, $1 billion opportunities coming out of fucking woodworks. I'm like, see, I'm your lucky charm. I'm like, motherfucker, you is.
Exactly.
I'm like, it's shocking to me.
Right.
Like when I got back with her energy just connected like that, I'm like, damn.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Even dealing with multiple girls is a headache, bro.
Man, what?
Real talk, you find
especially when you got a bag, bro.
You find one good girl, bro, that got your back, bro. That means the world. Because think about this, right? We're successful here on the platform. A girl might try to expose you.
Yeah.
Happen to you. She might try to, you know what I'm saying, pay you.
Yeah, every day.
Her true intentions. But girl has your back and that connection is there, you could trust her.
Yeah.
At that point, look, let's say you got a business meeting and you got laundry to do, food to be on the table, she got you.
For sure.
Focus on that meeting. And you got less stress in your life.
For
you got a bunch of
sure.
girls, well, you don't got time for me, this and that. It's like, it's a headache, bro.
Yeah, and then like if you like an influencer, like say for instance me, like look at me, I'm a spectacle, right? For the most part, but I really got a good foundation. But women that use you as the prop. They come to my mansion, they taking pictures. They see all the cars, they taking they do the drive, they taking a picture of the drive. They getting all these, take a picture of the statues and shit. Yep. I'm getting used now.
Yep.
I'm a fucking lame to be.
And I'll say this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. Then they try to expose you on, man.
Bro, this is my dog, bro. It's like, yo, that's Freshest dog. I'm like,
trying to tell you, like, you become the prop. I was the prop. Like, go ahead, baby, drive the car. You get there. That means gonna be shit like this. I turned the motherfucker weekend at Bernie's. And people, that's how you want me? God damn.
And this is the thing, too. I think another part of, like, again, the game goes so far beyond, like, you know, having pickup lines and, you know, knowing what to say in context and everything. It's identifying what type of woman this woman is that you're dealing with and adapting to the situation and acting accordingly. So, for example, let's say shirts and stores. Let's say you have a woman, right, that it's very obvious that she's what I would consider like an extractor, right? She's a chick that comes into your life and she wants certain experiences. She wants a certain type of lifestyle. She wants to document her stuff, whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You already know how you got to move with that girl. You can go ahead and get the box, but you got to put yourself in a position where she can't necessarily finesse you. Like, you know that this girl's not really going to add value. She's just going to come in and take, and then you got to make that relationship temporary. But then you got another girl that'll come in and she'll add. That's the girl that will make you go from 100 to 105, 102%, which when you're a high performer, that 1 or 2% extra is huge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think another part of the game also is being able to deal with the woman, identify what type of vibe she's on, what type of energy she's on, what she's trying to do, what her end goal is. Okay, this girl is an extractor. Cool. I'm not going to invest too much into her. Sexual access only, and then, you know, get rid of her, whatever it is, and have your fun. And identifying these kinds of women is very important. You know,
extremely. You gotta filter them out. When you become a high value guy, you just can't have the buffet no more. See, you know what I'm saying? That's over with. That's over with. You're gonna go to jail, bro. You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get killed.
And here's the thing with people. I try to explain to people too. It's like once you've had so much, you don't want it no more. It's like it's not
too much come with it.
It's not fulfilling.
You're getting used. You're the one.
See what he said right there? When you got a bunch of girls, bro, you've been through that experience, like, yo, bro, this is not worth the value. It's kind of like, it's fun in the moment, but it's like, yo, what are they really getting from this?
Right.
Nothing. When you find one good girl, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, real talk. After being in these scenarios, whatever, this RP content, it made me realize, you know what? Now I'm able to properly vet girls that would be a waste of time, or that I add value to my life or my business.
Or limit them to recreational use only.
For sure. And still vet. He still want to get his rocks off. Be on.
Like,
be
bro,
on point.
that BS that I had with that chick, right? Like, yo, guys, learn from my mess up. Like, you know, girls will come out and say, oh, I'm pregnant, some BS like that. I was like, all right, I already knew what type of time she was on. I got everything saved, whatever. So if I need to come back out and you know, and protect myself, I was able to do that. But just understand when you deal with a certain type of woman, right? Like you need to put yourself in a position where, all right, I got receipts. She try to come out with something, I got it. Luckily, thank God, I was prepared from my prior experience, what I used to do for work.
He was a goddamn FBI.
So I was documenting everything. So I was like, I'm ready in case she tries to come out with some BS. But you know, you just got to identify the woman, put her in that category, and then, okay, this is recreational use only. Okay, this girl could potentially be promoted to be helping me out with something, and then this girl is maybe just casual. So I think being able to like put women in certain boxes, just like because women put men in boxes. Yeah. When a girl first meets you, the first minute or two, she sizes you up. All right, this dude is a trick. I'm gonna put him in the trick box. Okay, this dude's hot. I'm gonna bang him. Okay, this dude is cool, but you know what? He's not really that attractive. I'm just gonna have him help me move when I move or help me fix shit. And like girls put guys in categories. I need dudes to do the same thing with women. Put them in categories.
What guys got to know too. I'm gonna tell you this from experience, and you guys, and I know Mike definitely could understand this too. Have your fun now when you're broke. You're not gonna be feasting on them. Don't think you're gonna live like Hugh Hefner when you got some money. I'm telling you, it's gonna end up terrible for you. Have your fun now while you broke. I know I did, man. Once you get some money, you gotta settle the fuck down.
And don't lead with your money.
Don't lead with your money.
With that.
The bag comes with balance.
Right.
It only goes that way.
And when you leave with money, they don't respect it anyway.
At all.
Facts.
They don't respect it anyway.
I don't give a how cool you used to be. That shit evaporates once you leave with money. You're a lame.
Bro, real talk, right? Back in the day, when I was working a regular job, I was feasting, bro.
Yeah.
2-3 a day. Easily. Nowadays, with the podcast and shit we got going on, bro, dude, I just want one.
We get less girls
I want one or two that I'm cool with, and that's it. Because it's a headache, bro. And you never know what the angle is. Is it, do you really want me? Do you want to ride in the McLaren?
Right.
I don't know what you really want.
Okay, so question for y'all.
Yeah.
What is the primary message that y'all are giving your audience on your podcast?
I would say you get your life together with your money, fitness, and understanding female nature.
Yeah.
Not to get the girls, but so that you don't tolerate the inevitable bullshit that comes with dealing with women. Because since women are fickle, flaky creatures in general, and their moods change by the minute, you know, and I'm not saying this to sound like an asshole or whatever, but women are very different. They're not as emotionally stable as we are, and their moods change all the time. So since you're dealing with a creature that isn't necessarily stable, you need to be stable in yourself, create the best package you can, and then a byproduct of that package is dealing with the women. And the reason why I say it is because women dealing with them is a numbers game in general. So since it's a numbers game, you might as well just make yourself as attractive as possible for yourself first, and then a byproduct is you're more appealable to a larger demographic of women, therefore increasing your likelihood of getting girls. And then it's just like sales. You know, you want to be able to convert a small percentage and you're going to be wildly successful. But chasing the girls is where you run into issues versus when you chase the success, a byproduct of that is the women. And a real quick story I'll tell you guys. So there's this girl that I deal with. She lives out in Texas, a good girl, whatever, real chill. And she's very attractive. She's a model. And she gets invited to these like celebrity parties, whatever it is. And Drake comes to Houston all the time. He has like a chick out there, whatever. And it's very interesting because I heard this from a couple of different girls. When he has his parties or his little private gatherings, there'll only be like 5-10 guys, but there'll be like 50 to 100 girls.
Right.
And he'll just invite them or whatever. And the thing she said is that he never talks to any of the women there. They're all there for him, just clamoring for him. And to me, it's like, that's like, obviously that's an extreme example, but that's where I want guys to kind of put their mind that the byproduct of his success is the women are coming there chasing him, and he doesn't even pay attention to them. He's more focused on the music, meeting the other guys there, the other musicians there. And that's where I want guys to kind of be with that crazy abundance mindset. Like, I'm successful when the women come at that, and he doesn't even talk to them. Right. So when you chase the success, the women come with it.
Yeah. And then I'll just add to that as well regarding guys and living life. Like, think about this, right? Life is not about chasing pussy. Like, let's be real, right?
Don't do that.
We all want to get laid, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
But being successful, taking care of your family, being healthy, getting in the gym. This is the part about being a high value man, so to speak. And that being said, once you get these things like in rotation, or you're working on it, or you're getting it down packed, then at that point you can really enjoy life, because now you're at a point where girls want you, guys want to be like you. You can inspire, motivate, or you can either get what you want. However, having the RP knowledge of saying, you know what, I can tell if a chick is trying to finesse me, marry me for my money. Right. That's important, because think about this, right? You get money, you become successful, you're a target now.
Big target.
And real talk, let's say you're not even a target. You're a regular guy on the street. Some girls just want to use you. And you gotta be careful. Now, not all women, of course, but some will. So just having that knowledge, being successful, and working on yourself, you can actually be a better man for your family, your friends, and for yourself.
Yeah, see, all those components play very well until when you get success, because once you become successful and you already understand how women move and all that, you can filter them better.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're not just fucking everything and getting food and getting your place routed, stealing your identity, or you know what I'm saying, get you set
divorce,
up. Yeah, divorce,
money,
or
transport.
you know what I'm saying, you could filter them better because you went through those steps.
Yeah.
So you know this type of girl is that. Okay, I can watch her.
And I'll say this too.
Her, but I'm gonna watch this bitch. I'm gonna keep my eye on that bitch. Sleep one eye open. Get her Uber early. You know what I'm saying? Before I've been nut, I'm already getting Uber boob. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Got work in the morning.
Yeah, you got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? You got to move like FBI man. Like
Yeah. And there's one other thing I forgot to say too. The reason why it's so important to get your money on point and get in shape and everything else is because I always say competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence, and that confidence makes you extremely attractive to women.
Oh, for sure.
When we've brought girls on the show, the two things they always say: I want a man that's ambitious and a man that's confident, right?
Right.
And the reason why is because the confidence is a byproduct of that success, and then they can feel that. And when you have your money on point, you just move differently. I can't explain it, man. It's just a whole other aura where you're outcome independent, and women are very socially receptive. So if you come in on this like, this is how I am, take it or leave it, they can feel that. And even if they're not necessarily attracted to you like that,
Right.
It's undeniable that they're
it.
going to be attracted to that aura where you're coming to her with this take it or leave it mentality, which is so rare. So many guys go up to girls, I hope she likes me, I hope she likes me. But when you go in there like, take it or fucking leave it, it's like, damn, this is rare. Okay, this man is intriguing. Let me see more. Even if you're not her type, she's still going to want to kind of get to figure it out. And if she doesn't, it's cool. You move on to the next girl. But that trait in itself is like, you can't necessarily, it's got to be developed from real success, and it's very authentic. So that's another thing. And then the other thing too I talked about on the last time was, I think, just to tie into what you were saying,
Right.
I think, guys, before you get in a serious relationship, you need to have smashed at least 50 girls. And the reason why that's very controversial, people are like, oh my God,
true,
you're out here telling men to womanize. And I'm like, well, sort of. And the reason why is because if you take an average girl now, a 21-year-old girl versus a 21-year-old guy, girls are running laps around dudes sexually. Like their body counts are higher. They're getting more experience with the opposite gender. And my thing is, the last thing you want to do is have money, be successful, and then be sexually inexperienced. Because now you're going to get some box. You're like, oh, and then you're going to commit to the first thing that comes at you, the first baddie, and then you're going to get finesse. You're not going to know anything, and boom, you're done. So when you have that sexual experience, you'll at least be able to tell, okay, this girl is a gold digger, or this girl is just using me for money. Okay, this girl actually fucks me. Okay, this girl, I need more time to vet her. But at least you're going to have that pool of experience that you can draw from and be like, all right, this girl fits into this category. I'm going to move. And women do it to us all the time. It's just that, women are way slicker about it. They put guys in a category. All right, this guy gives me this utility. This guy gives me this utility, whatever. And I want guys to date like women, where you size up a girl and do the same.
I think it all comes down to like having a good level of self-awareness.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Interpersonal intelligence, right?
Yes.
Because like you speaking about getting used, listen, use me.
Yeah.
I want to be a utility to people in my world. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And my woman's in my world, use me, right? I want to be a useful person, right? Because if a person is not useful, they're not really valuable.
You're useless.
Yeah, and people can take you or leave you. Like, I don't care if you leave. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. People that you rock with, you want them to use your
Yeah,
utility.
for sure.
But I'm saying like the random chicks that come in.
Yeah, but
That's what I
you
mean.
should have the type of self-awareness that
To know, yeah.
That's not even like, people ask me like, do you ever get you? I'm like, it's not a thing for me. Like, I don't even think those kind of people are comfortable around me. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, maybe whatever vibes or energy I put off, I never encounter that. You know what I'm saying? So I personally don't know that. That is one thing that I can't talk about because I've never really dealt with that.
I'll tell you this. You're 100% right by that about that, because when a girl meets you, she could size you up and be like, all right, I can't finesse this dude, but I could finesse this other guy. So like, I had a girl I was chilling with, and she's attractive, whatever it is. And like with me, she doesn't try to play that, but with other dudes, she be getting them to take her expensive restaurants,
Right.
All this other stuff, and she don't even really smash them or mess with them like that. But girls know right away, okay, this is this type of guy, I can't finesse him, and I think that's a very powerful tool to have as a man. But that only comes from that experience, that confidence, and then they just know, all right, this isn't the type of dude that's gonna spend $10,000 and buy me a Louis bag just because I asked for it.
Right.
Like,
But, you know what's scary?
Yeah.
The guys that are out there right now, the rappers and celebrities that don't know this knowledge, are not self-aware. Like, I saw the
They
girl
be doing
from
it.
Colombia, right?
yeah,
FaceTime little baby in the car. I'm like, what the fuck? This little baby just calling her phone, and she wants to use him for like bags and clothes. I'm like, but he doesn't even know what's going on. He's like, yo, come back to the state. I want to see.
But he don't care.
He don't give a fuck.
I know he don't care,
Too
but
big,
it's
And
like,
you gotta understand
And
this
he,
too.
he
Like,
says he does that on purpose. So
yeah,
they can't,
it's a certain level. Like,
Yeah.
there's been times when I'm
talk about it in a song,
when
too.
I'm single. When I was single, there's a lot of shit I do because I want to. Like, You know what I'm saying? Just to, using what I have, you want it? All right, but this is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't care. I don't care. Like I have no attachment to it. It's different. I think it would be different to where if it was a person who's, digging into their savings. Or,
and they really
you know what I'm
love it.
saying?
That's
And-
what I don't want to happen.
but-
'Cause most guys they fall into that trap, and it's like, bro, you don't have the funds to do that.
Yeah, he's a pure weirdo. He didn't not to be on Earth. He doing
But
all
the
that,
baby
like,
situation,
He doing this like
that's-
bitch, come
that's
come
nothing.
back. I got a
don't
bag for
care.
you.
He don't
Yeah,
Like he
he
acting
probably,
crazy.
He probably triggering on his homies too. Like that's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He don't give a
It's
fuck.
fun. It's fun. Like flout all the girls in. Like
Yeah,
that's
he
fun.
on that type of
Yeah.
time. Like he acting crazy.
To me, I look at it like we try our we tell guys not to trick. But I get a lot of guys do it, but it's like I always say girls thirst trap with their bodies, men thirst trap with their lifestyle.
Right.
You kind of want to. It's gonna sound fucked up. This is toxic advice, but you want to kind of dangle the carrot, like, yo, this is a lifestyle I live. You could possibly be a part of it, and then that's gonna draw her in. But then when she deals with you, she'll be like, okay, this dude ain't gonna try to he ain't gonna buy me no bag.
I did
or
that my
whatever.
whole life. I still do that. Like my girl, my girl, she's just now getting shit because she got to earn it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I do shit for her because you my partner. Like, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
different,
I need you to. We got to build together.
Yeah.
Right.
I just can't give you nothing for nothing.
Yeah. It's gotta be your main chick that
Yeah,
gets
like
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
that's different.
100%.
But like random
100%,
chicks.
yeah.
I've never done nothing for them. I'm
Nah,
retarded.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
nah.
insane with that. Like, I'm straight dangling all this shit. Ferraris, just go for a ride. You come back, smash, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'll get you a flight. Spirit motherfucker. Fuck, I get no first class or nothing.
Yeah.
Tell everybody I did that. I'm rich regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm rich regardless. 6'6"
And I'll clarify this too.
You not finna fuck me up.
I'll
You ain't
clarify
getting
this.
nothing, baby.
Because you brought up a good point. Like, if it's your main chick, yeah, treat her well. She's
for
helping
sure.
you. She's supporting you, whatever. Is your main girl, yeah, like, treat her right?
Right.
Because, she's, at that point, she's earned her stripes. She's basically the vice president of your company.
And she's
correct?
the mirror of you, so
Yeah.
she can't be looking halfway.
Yeah,
She's
that's
looking
like
all
shit.
the way.
That's the thing, bro. Like
But
when
random
you have
chicks now.
when you have that
Yeah.
one, like for me, it's important for other women to see my woman and be like, damn,
Yeah.
Yep.
she's well taken care of.
Yep.
Somebody love her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it'd be like everything. I'm always like trying to level her up. You know what I'm saying? So that is the ultimate vibe. But yeah, once again, like the stragglers, all of that shit.
Yeah, the random
There's
chicks,
nothing.
Y'all
There's
get
nothing
the
there.
K, y'all. Hey,
There's
come here,
nothing
baby,
there.
come here.
Don't trick
Get
on the
your
random
goddamn
girls, man. If you're
don't
gonna
do
spend
that.
money on a girl, it's got to be your main chick.
a
Like
fact.
the
But
girl
here's the
that fucks
thing: the
with you.
dudes
Yeah.
that do it, fuck
Yeah,
it.
but them
It's on
super
them.
rich, crazy,
Yeah,
retarded
it's-
with
it's-
it. That's the
Nah, yeah, the rapper
Yeah.
shit like that, you can't really count that.
Yeah,
you know what
they
I'm saying?
acting crazy. They
You
living
can't
life.
count
That's
that.
part of lifestyle. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
but for regular dudes with money, fuck it. It's a lot of lame dudes out there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a lot of lame
A
people
lot.
out there. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Whole lot.
It's just scary though, because like that messes up the whole marketplace. It's like, yo,
You gotta be a
Does
player.
it? Does
man.
it though? Let's
Yeah,
talk
like,
about that.
yeah.
'Cause I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah, because think about this, right? The entitlement comes from somewhere. They didn't just come up with it off rip. But guys are buying them bags, trips,
Right.
all that stuff, and it's like, yo, you gonna give it to me too? It's like, what, excuse me?
Fuck, I look like
Yeah, and I'm not doing that
yeah,
shit.
You'll get tried.
But
I got
that's the
tried a few
standard in
times
Miami,
my
But
life.
that don't mess nothing up. They just they're gonna run into reality at some point. You know what
No,
I'm
no,
saying?
but think about it. There's so many guys out there nowadays just like that when they meet a real one, it's like, yo, like, what? You said you
I
told me
think
no?
you're mistaken, bro.
Yeah?
You gotta think about this. When we talk about men in the top 1%, 5%, 1%, 1%.
Right.
It's a tiny part of the population. Most men, like I've heard the argument about like, you know, women, they all want a man making 100,000 or more, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, so they should.
Right.
It's not reality for most people. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. But they should want that. You know what I'm saying? It would be weird for a woman to be like, you know what? The average salary is 40 grand a year. I want a man that's making 40 grand a year. That would be a weird ambition to have. You know what I'm saying?
they're never gonna say that.
Even though that's what they're gonna get most likely.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird thing to aim for something so low. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say
Because
this.
how I see it, bro, like reality is that's just what it is. Most people don't make much money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of people are in relationships, so women are dealing with that shit. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
It is what it is.
But see, all it takes is one person that's high value for them to be with, and it's like, oh, this is a new standard. So it's kind of like, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, it just takes one person like that to say, yo, here's
Yeah.
a bag.
But
here's
what's
a
the
trip.
bad part of that? What's bad
No,
about
it's
that?
not
Because
bad
what
part.
happens is you do get, because I've been through that before too, like,
Yeah.
because I've been sturdy my whole life with that, right? But you would get backlash like you're a lame because you a nigga with money ain't doing nothing. for it.
Exactly.
They look at you like
That's
you crazy,
cool.
and that's cool. Go
That's
back. You're
cool.
you're
Go.
a bum. I-
Yeah.
You have
you're
the
not hurt
freedom
my
to
feelings.
walk out my door.
But yeah, but
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
so weird. You looking at
Yeah.
me like I ain't tricking on you. You a fucking bum.
Yeah, it's fascinating that you're calling me
Tell
this.
your friends.
And you don't have a car.
You
You
know
know what I'm saying?
It's crazy though.
Listen. I had a girl that I used to date. is bad, like a perfection. You know what I'm saying? A black girl from Brazil. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a bad one.
Very tropical, that Afro
With the good curly hair shit. Yeah.
Just perfect, right?
Barbados.
So we were hanging out. Then we got to a point where we were like, all right, I can really fuck with her now, and she seemed to be in a good space. So moved her out here, and we chilling, and shit is fucking perfect. So, you know, she don't have nothing to do. She bored. Instagram. I'm like, one thing that I despise is a woman talking to me about Instagram.
Man.
Like, don't do that. It's like,
Right. It's not reality.
You see my world, like I'm busy.
Right.
I'm not doing that. Let's not do that.
Facts.
So anyway, she came at me with something really silly, right? And this is one of them chicks that get flown around the world, be on all the cruises by herself. You know what I'm saying? You know,
She in Greece.
But I never cared because I know that when she run into a real one, she's gonna submit, and she did. But she had some issues that she never worked out, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't have her way with this particular conversation, and felt belittled or whatever. But I wasn't trying to belittle her at all. She was running into reality and was feeling stupid.
Yeah.
And she said these 2 words, right? 2 tragic words. Fuck you.
No, it's over.
Oh shit.
I said, your words have consequences.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you later.
Yeah,
I
it's
left.
over with. Ain't no coming back. I don't play no
Texting,
disrespect.
calling. I'm so sorry. I was just stressed. You said it. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was fascinating because this is one of them situations where I'm sure she's ran over plenty of dudes and said whatever the fuck she wanted to, right?
Yeah.
And they accept that shit and probably apologize to her, right? But I like, yeah, all right, this is not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you have not a car. Like, it's not like you can just say fuck you and go to your crib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's next?
Right.
What do you expect to happen after? What do you expect to happen after this?
And if you're lucky, another guy fly you out, fuck you a little bit, and send you on your way too. See, that's the thing about it. These chicks think because you got all these niggas in your DM, basketball players, rappers, and all that, like you're somebody. Bitch, you're a bum. You got nothing going on.
They just want to smash.
They don't equal out. They just want to fuck you, baby. You're not going to be with them like that. And even if you are, they fucking all these other bitches not letting you know. And in the end of the day, you're going to leave with nothing, with a couple bags and a blown out asshole and pussy that got a little stank on it from all the rest.
And some pre-cum.
You're going to have that.
So I don't see that as a detriment to the market, right?
Right.
I see that as that's just all bad on her. She's going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
I'll say this because you guys all brought.
And
go ahead.
eventually she'll get it right because she was almost perfect. But you don't have enough control over your emotions to refrain your tongue when talking to a person that got you. You still got more to learn.
Those women are being thrown back into the marketplace. And guys are like, "Yo, she's so beautiful."
I guarantee, because what she wants is stability. She wants to be a wife, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
So I guarantee her next guy, she's gonna be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Because that's normal.
Hold on,
That's
I'll
normal.
tell you this. They may say, "You know what? This stung a little bit, but you know what? Someone else will take care of me."
Nah, bro.
She got to go through a few
Nah.
times.
Look. I peeped out where she at now.
Yeah.
And it's not that great of a situation. It's not the worst, but it ain't my level shit.
Right.
But I'm sure she's when you look at what she's dealing with, she's up here. Right. But nice guy, decent looking guy, whatever, make modest, whatever, but can probably help support her.
Right.
But she has to be humble to keep that and not get.
She never really wanted that.
You know what I'm
She's
saying?
settling for a guy.
She is settling.
That is okay. So get this right. Now she's lowered her standards for this guy, right? But
because it's not a lot of me's.
But in reality, she don't really
right.
want him. She don't really want him.
It is what it is. Women don't want situations often. They get into it long enough, and then it becomes that's it. That's normal because we be wanting a bad bitch. Mm-hmm. They want security.
Right.
A sexy nigga is not the top of the list for a woman.
No.
Maybe a 18 to 22-year-old.
Yeah. Old
But when you start
with a bag
getting when you start getting older, women they want security. They desire security. That's the most important thing because listen, we already know life is hard.
Right.
Life is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, they want that security. So, yeah, we see, I'm sure y'all see shit all the time like, damn, that. You know what I'm saying? But look, they secure, they stable.
Right.
They ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When he
Treating her
talks.
good.
So everybody here said something that were really great points. And to what, because I see your perspective and I see Fresh's perspective. And what I would say is that the underlying thing here is now we basically live in a deregulated dating marketplace where the girls
crypto dating.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Like crypto, it's 100% deregulated. So like the girls can kind of do and do whatever they want because it's to the highest bidder, right? So like they can pick whoever they want. And what happens is since we live in a deregulated marketplace where they're in the buyer seat now and they get all these offers from high value men or, shoot them DMs, whatever, a lot of women make the cardinal mistake of conflating a man's sexual attraction with their relationship value.
100%.
And they think, all right, well, I'm getting these types of dudes hitting me up. These are the type of men that I deserve for a long-term relationship. When what they don't understand is, no, these dudes are just looking at you from a sexual perspective only 99% of the time. But what they'll do is they'll conflate the two and think that it's the same thing. So they have a higher perceived sense of value. And it's we bring girls on the show and we ask them, what do you think you deserve or whatever? And they always put a guy in the 1%. Meanwhile, they're not even average themselves. Right. So, and there's online dating, there's Tinder, there's a bunch of Instagram, whatever, that have made women have overinflated sense of egos.
Too.
But the reason why it kind of messes up the marketplace is that, and I don't want to say it messes it up, but it makes it deregulates it because now an average man can no longer necessarily attract, retain, and marry an average woman. An average woman feels that she's entitled to an above average or a spectacular man in the top 5-10% of men. And what happens is they think, well, the grass is always greener on the other side. I can always do better. I can always do better. And this is why the divorce rates are high. This is why women initiate 80% of divorces. This is why most of the breakups are initiated by women. Like, women are more interested now in a hedonistic, pleasurable relationship with a man that's way above them than necessarily making things work out with a guy that's a little bit above them or at their level, because they think, well, I get all this attention. There's grass greener on the other side. And they compare their life to other people's highlight reels on Instagram. A lot of girls are slaves to social media.
I got to push back on that a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
And I think it's because you're in Miami, right? So I have, people in my life, right, who are, I think, high value, high quality men, high caliber men, but they may not be performing financially on that high level, just average, right? But they stand up guys and they got dope women, and I know them women. There's nobody with money can budge these women. You know what I'm saying? Whether they think it in their mind or not, maybe. Who knows? Who cares? But I know that these women are solid. You know what I'm saying? And, if a man don't have the money, right, but he's doing what he can do, you know what I'm saying? But he's just a solid fucking guy, a stand-up guy. That's a whole nother level of being a high-value man that women are not just going to walk away from. Because security, we talking about security, right?
Of course, yeah.
Security is more than just financial. Security is like emotional security, physical security. It's like, I trust this man. Like, this is, I respect this man. Like, you know what I'm saying? A man of respect, even if he don't have all the money. Because I got friends, like, from my past that are fucking solid. You know what I'm saying? That they just settle into whatever job. They fucking love it. They know they time off. They pay vacation. They own their house. And they good with where they at. And I admire that. You know what I'm saying? Because
for sure,
for me, my life is stressful, but I like that shit, right? But for them, it's just easy. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that because they have a very good quality of relationships with their people, their kids, whatever, right? And, I know that it's a lot of people who are in that average earning bracket, maybe a little bit above or whatever, but in that space, they got solid fucking lives.
No, you can.
Women.
Yeah, no.
Especially because that does work a lot, because every woman is not in this social media environment.
Right.
Some are just really go to work, go home.
Just regular
and
shit.
They bad.
Bad.
You are
bad.
Who is this? You know what I'm saying? You catch them at the grocery store, baby.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
Goddamn, dude, goddamn Nigerian looking at their husband. Excuse me, buddy. Like,
Right.
Because they're not into that life. They don't go to clubs. They're not on social media at all. So them is them golden gems that a lucky dude got.
Right.
That's a regular guy.
Yeah.
But he treat her right. He should be scared, but
the scary part is that he's lucky. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, even
No.
though these women
She's
exist,
lucky.
She's lucky.
no, but
She's lucky.
No, she's
right.
lucky. She is lucky because she get caught up in this shit trying to find somebody like us. She
Exactly.
gonna lose her life.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I'm saying is that it's scary that finding these types of women is difficult, is what I'm trying to say. Like, if you take a very attractive woman, right? I always say the hotter the girl, the less tolerance she's gonna have for for financial ineptitude or lack of game awareness, whatever. Like, her tolerance level goes down the more attractive she becomes, and or the bigger her social media following or whatever. And what we're saying is that all I'm saying is that thanks to the internet, it's made the world smaller, and a lot of girls think that they deserve better than they actually really do. And what happens is, since women think they could do better, it ostracizes a large portion of men that would have been good candidates for that woman had she not had her nose in the clouds thinking that she's better than all these guys. And we know we got the studies to show, like with Tinder, like women find like 90+% of guys as unattractive or below average. And these are women that are like overweight and not the most attractive. Right. But That's what the internet's done. It's just it's inflated their egos to a point where a lot of guys that are good candidates aren't even seen now by women. And like, maybe before the internet, maybe, a girl would see 50% of the male population. Now she's only seeing like 5 or 10%.
But you know what also happened? You know what plays, my bad. You know what plays into that?
Yeah.
That I always had to, before I had my girl, you know what I'm saying? I always tell a chick, like a bad bitch, you get them on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You get them to the crib. You probably slide them at night, midnight. You fuck them, send them home. They come, then like 2 days down the line, you want to go to lunch or something. You see them in real life. The filters are gone. Yep. So what these bitches don't know is I'm seeing you every day in real life with no filter. Yeah. So these rich niggas you think you're trying to get, they looking at the filters. So once they do get you in real life and they around you a couple of times, they realize you're not as bad as you look on the internet.
And you're annoying.
So these women, and you're annoying. These women walk around and think because on Instagram they look like that, they didn't really like that. You're not the same person that's on his Instagram, bitch.
Yep.
Who you think you are? You're a regular bum for real. Like, so that really plays psychological in these women's brains that these filters and adjusting their bodies, they think they're that person. So when a real person do get around, probably hit them once or twice, you get to looking at them every day like, baby, you tight garbage. You know what I'm saying? So they don't realize that. And it's keep playing.
Too late.
Yeah, they be playing the Instagram game, winning off Instagram, but they not understanding why they getting hit and sent back to the ocean because you're really garbage in real life. You're not that bad
Catch
in
and
real
release.
life. Yeah. You realizing like, damn, I'm getting up. Yeah, look at you. You don't work out. You eating fucking crunch bars every day and shit.
But see, for me though, it's like, yeah, the looks gotta be there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Got to be.
I'm a very, very visual, physical person, but that's a prerequisite. Anybody I deal with, to me, is going to be very attractive.
Yeah.
I need some conversation.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You was breaking it down on their show one time about like women that you know what I'm saying, you can really connect to and that energy. And that shit is real. Like that's the realest shit ever. I've had plenty of women that's dimes, perfect tens. I'm just like I'm like this.
Yep.
Just bored.
Yeah.
That I'm not taking a dinner with my friends.
Yeah,
Because it's going to be whack conversation.
Yeah,
You know
most
what I'm
guys-
saying?
most guys-
And I'm sorry, but part of for me personally, part of the dope shit of like the dynamic of relationships is that male female interaction and socialization, and then a group of friends going out to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Or
sure,
go
yeah.
get a boat for a day, whatever. We hanging out, we having fun, talking like personalities.
She ain't gonna
and shit
embarrass you
like
in
that.
front of your
Yeah,
friends.
Exactly.
Like,
She ain't gonna
I'm
be a
proud
dumb
of she repping good. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, or when my family like, yo, she's dope. That girl's
Right.
dope. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole component that, you know what I'm saying, it's got to be there.
Yeah.
And listen, and it is hard to find it. And I don't think it's sad. That's just normal. Like, I may find somebody repulsive, right, personality wise, and y'all may fucking vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or vice versa. So you just gotta like, when you find that one, don't fuck around. Right. But it takes losing some of them good ones
100%.
to know what
That's
it feel
when you
like.
feel the fire. Then like
You
damn,
feel the
I have
fire.
it. Goddamn, now you out here.
Yeah.
Oh, she cool. No,
Yeah.
she retarded.
So you get to a certain, you get to she retarded. You get to a certain age or level of experience. You know, like I'm holding on. I got you. You ain't
Right.
going nowhere.
Yeah, but
Facts.
here's part I was coming at because like think about this, right? Most guys want a bad chick, and they're like, "Yo, she's bad on Instagram," like you said before.
Hell yeah.
Person, she's not all that. But when you get her, do you know what it takes to keep a bad chick? And it's funny because they're like, "Oh, I got her now. I'm gonna take her to the crib, whatever." But to maintain these girls, bro, it's a lot, bro. And you know the weird part about this is that like most guys, when they get it, they don't know what to do with it.
Right.
So that being said, my thing is, look, find a smooth 7. Smooth 8,
Yeah,
you're cool with that.
facts.
With a good personality,
Personality over everything.
a good connection, and then you're good to go. A
But,
bad chick
big,
goes
bro.
ahead.
but like the 7, 8, that's subjective.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you're good with. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck what everybody else
Right,
says?
right.
That's
What people gotta stop giving a fuck what everybody else think.
That's a
you know what I'm
fact.
saying? Stop.
Very,
caring.
very
She's got to
important.
meet like she's got to meet a certain looks threshold. But when you're vetting for a woman that's like gonna be your main chick, like the girl that like is in your life and you're like doing shit with, like she's got to be.
Yeah, you got to be lucky to get a superpower. I'm pretty lucky, but
Yeah.
you have to be extremely lucky to find a bad one like that and got a good personality,
Facts.
energy, vibe with
Yeah.
you, know your jokes and all that shit. Because that shit is everything for people like us that
Yeah,
grind so
yeah,
hard. It got so
yeah.
much stress.
Everyone
in the world
says-
trying to destroy us, and we got to come home. and she make you feel good. She know what to say. She know what you need.
You just want to come home to peace.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a bad chick. Everyone wants a bad chick until they get one and they realize, damn, this is not.
But what's a bad chick though?
Yeah, what
you know
is
what I'm
bad
saying?
bitch?
You know, your
You mean
IG
look,
models,
just physically.
I'm
Just looks.
talking about looks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
everyone wants a
to
10,
me,
but they don't want to deal with a 10.
That doesn't do anything for me. I had a story like
Yeah.
it was a chick from Australia. She's like, usually my girls, women come up to them like, "You're beautiful."
Yeah.
That's like what I happen to attract, right?
Right.
This
Yeah.
girl is one of them, and personality is like a rock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sleep late. I'm up early. You know what I'm saying? And then in AZ in the summer, I'm in the house by noon. And I ain't leaving again because it's hot.
You gonna die, yeah.
You gonna die for real. You know what I'm saying?
That dry
So
heat.
I'll be done back in the house, and she's getting up like, "Why you don't never take me?" I'm like,
Oh,
"I'm
my
asleep."
God.
So she was like, just harassing me, like, you need to. I'm like, no, stop, just don't do that. You need to. All right, look, pull up Instagram. I go to Explore page.
Oh,
Right.
It's a lot of girls like you on here.
yeah.
You're not gonna do that and find a lot of me.
Yeah,
you know
go
what I'm
find
saying?
me. I'll be back. I'll be back in
It's
10 years.
The world is full of beautiful women.
Facts.
Yes.
Physically.
Yes.
It takes more than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what women gotta realize is like, look, you gotta develop some personality, some character. And also like the old school traditional shit. Treat your man good. Treat your man like a king.
Right.
And he got you. You nitpicking and complaining and motherfucker don't want to hear that. We deal with that shit out in the world.
Man.
Yeah, facts.
When we come home, I want peace.
That's the last thing we want to come home.
I
to.
want peace.
The
The
last
last
thing,
thing.
bro.
The last
I want
thing.
peace.
Pure
But
peace.
women are taught to be competitive, to be a boss
Yeah,
bitch,
you
and all
gonna
this
get
other
your
stuff. And it's
goddamn
like,
ass outta here.
it's like the advice we give, the conventional advice that we give to so many modern day women in the West, literally sets them up for failure because we tell them to act like a guy, to
But
be
here's the-
confident, to be masculine.
I got
to be
something
assertive,
for you though.
dominant,
I got
etc.
something with that.
Yeah,
I just
but-
spoke on this on some content the other day.
Yeah.
We speak about these modern women all the time.
Yeah.
But modern men is creating these modern women. Straight up, men are not masculine no more.
That's a
Men are
fact.
not dominant no more. Men ain't holding it down. That's why these women gotta go out and hustle their ass off and get this job and do this and damn, I want to go and hustle up to pay for her own trip to Tulum and shit
I would
like
argue
that.
women are the ones that simulated it though.
I don't think so, bro.
No?
It's a void. Listen, tell me if y'all have dealt with this. Like, I've dealt with many women that's just me being a normal dude with them, they're just blown away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, no one's ever.
A lot of weirdos.
It's like, this is normal.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
But-
This is normal.
I will say though that like, think about this, right?
Feminism started this.
Yeah.
Nah.
Men
Feminism,
allow it to happen.
Feminism did not make men soft.
No, men allow it to happen. Obviously, there's a lot of like we guys out there that don't know how to stand to women. But it's like, think about this though, right? I can relate to how women treat us. So I guess you're kind of both right. Is what
I know what you're saying. You're saying like, and
Yeah.
then men are scared to get Me Too'd and all that stuff, so
Yeah.
they calm
Yeah.
down and made them weaker,
But-
weaker.
Nah, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
Because the
Yeah,
Me
I
Too
really
shit is
do.
kind of new.
Yeah.
Men ain't been holding that shit down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Listen, men ain't been holding shit down for a minute. Like the era before us, right? Like my grandfather's era was men.
Right.
Yeah.
They was men.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The era after that, like my father's era, and I'm not putting my father in this group, but that era of men, they think they pimps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is reversed, right? And I feel like men now, like, yo, y'all soft.
Yeah,
like I
it's
deal
different.
with so many soft men.
Right.
They're just, well, you're intimidating. I'm like, why? I'm just here. I'm just being me. Men, there's a void of masculinity, right?
Yes.
And that women can't take can a woman take your masculinity away?
So
Or a woman's movement?
I'll give my perspective on this. So here's the thing. It's both ends. So what happened is feminism came. Women started to earn their own money, be more independent, etc. And men are deductive problem solvers, right? So men, okay, problem. I want to get sex. What needs to be done to get sex? Okay, tell the girl what she wants. Let me adhere to this BS propaganda of I'm gonna be a supportive man. I'm gonna be a feminist, whatever. So guys do and say and acclimate to the situation and adapt to get the sex. So a lot of guys are under the concept, okay, well, if I'm more understanding, I'm more in my feelings, I'm more, and there's a whole issue. You look at the music, you look at contemporary culture, you look at television like The Simpsons, Family Guy, whatever. They show the man as a bumbling idiot, and this is what a lot of guys in the West are growing up to seeing, where men are bumbling idiots, women are strong and powerful and leaders, etc. And then guys kind of feed into that narrative, and they think, well, okay, it's okay for me to be inept and everything, and girls are going to accept me. And the reality is, what society tells you is attractive, it actually is not attractive, and it's the things that society tells you not to be: toxically masculine, dominant, assertive, non-agreeable. These are the things that actually make you attractive, but we do so much to tell little boys to be more with their feelings versus telling them you need to be stoic and, you know, a rock and be more masculine and everything else like that. So, I mean, it's a combination of the two, because no one can take your masculinity from you, but we also definitely have like a female-first society that indoctrinates men to be more soft and tells guys, oh, the female way of thinking and the female way of doing things is the correct way to do things. And this is all over the West. This is why so many guys are soft.
I think that's more, let's be honest, I think that's more of a white America thing. The like femininity really having impact on people. That has no impact on nobody in my family, nobody motherfuckers that I know, right? Nobody, that's not even a thing, right? Now, what is a thing and what I see, like broadly, especially in our community, is niggas not handling their responsibilities.
Right.
Niggas being bums, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could be a tough guy all you want, but you start getting older. You know how many people I know named Killer that was killers back in the day?
Bro.
That's like, you killer? This, you know what I'm saying? Remember 50 Cent, damn, homie, in high school, you was the man. That shit real. It's like motherfuckers is so cool when they young.
Yep.
And they reach their peak, and then there's nothing else there.
That
in the
finished
black
a lot
community.
of people in the black community.
Yeah, bro.
It almost happened to me. You chase the cool more than everything else. So you trying to be cool, going out to CBNC and all that shit and sporting house. You know what I'm saying? Fucking all these bitches being cool. But you really go home, you got to get on the bus, or you got to park your car around the corner.
Right.
So you're trying to be cool, but you're really not being successful.
Right.
That cool crushes people. And I lived a long life of being cool. When I really like, damn, I really ain't got nothing for real. And I adapted to really getting some success, then it changed my whole perspective.
I think that's important for father too. That's why dad is so critical.
Super
in
critical,
the black community, that
super
you know,
critical.
it's we have a lot of fatherless homes, and that's why so many guys kind of grow up. Because I always say, the father, if done correctly, keeps sons out of jails and daughters off of stripper poles. And in the African American community, let's be honest, like a lot of homes are fatherless, so you don't have the father, you don't have that stable backbone to kind of teach you that society, and basically your dad is the first line of defense to let you know that there's consequences in life if you make the wrong decisions. But when you don't have that, and then the society has to correct you, what happens? You have a felony record,
100%.
you go to jail, you know, you become a warden of the state, whatever it is. So that's why why so many young black men are kind of, they don't have a path, is because they never had that father figure.
100%.
And that's not a woman's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's a man's fault. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna break it down, bro.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Because all right, so earlier we talked about how, you know, it's on the woman. The man don't want it, like it's on the woman.
Yeah.
Nigga, you still take care of that kid. You know what I'm saying?
You should, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be a young black boy,
He'll be
black
fucked
man who's gonna be just a burden on society.
Facts.
Because of you. Because you didn't want to put a rubber on. You know what I'm saying? It starts right there. I hate condoms. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it.
They
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
exist.
But here's the thing. If I get somebody pregnant and I don't want it, and they're like, yo, I can't have an abortion, that shit sucks. But I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Right?
You a good man, Mike. I'm out of there.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Because I got you got kids?
No.
See, I do. So
that's different too.
When you have it,
Yeah.
because my first son, I told him, I'm like, well, we was young. I was a parent at a very early age. I said, well, we ain't together. We ain't gonna be together. We ain't got no money. We can't do this. It's not a thing. She said, okay. And then a couple of days later, she's like, you know what? I had a dream. I'm like,
Of course, it's a dream.
and in my head, like, she trying to fuck my life up. She trying to fuck my life. Like, I fucked her, right?
Right.
My sister said, she's being sarcastic. So you get married? I'm like, no.
Shit.
She said, why would you come inside of a woman you wouldn't? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I had nothing I can say. She's right. You know what I'm saying? So, and my family is Muslim. So my sister got 15 kids. Her and her husband, they're Salafi Muslims, good Muslims. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get married.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. But I still handle my responsibilities all these years. And it was hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. The rest of my kids, it was born out of love. And I love my son, my oldest son, but that wasn't an ideal situation. But I had to fucking man up. You know what I'm saying?
But see, you're a strong, virtuous man. That's why I say it's on the woman. You got to pick the right guy.
But
she got lucky. She picked the right guy with you.
Listen, I had to. In my head, I was like, I'll be a child support daddy. I told myself that. I don't want to do with this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't I couldn't look at myself in the mirror at night and be all right with that.
Yeah.
So I did what I had to do.
Hold on, I got a question.
So,
I
do
so,
say
but
that
hold
a
on.
lot,
That was on. It was 100% on me.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if I was like, man, fuck that shit, let that nigga do what he got to do, he probably be fucking killing
he'd be
people,
fucked
whatever. He'd be
Yeah.
a fucked up nigga, just like what we complaining about. But here's the thing,
Right.
like I had to. It was on me. It wasn't on her. She there regardless, right? She's just a vessel where that baby come out of. You know what I'm saying? It's on us. And this is the only thing, the only place where we differ in not even opinion, but tactics is like I feel more of a need to like check young men, right? Because that's all that's on YouTube anyway. And they're like, yo, it's on you. Be a stand-up man. A stand-up man, you knock her up, she don't want it. You can say what you want to say, but you got to look at yourself in the mirror at night if that girl's pregnant. And you know what I'm saying? And life sucks. And that baby crying. And fuck it, we got to do what we got to do. We're not animals.
Mike, I get what you're saying, but you got to do a Hail Mary. That being said, though, question for the panel, right? Yeah. So, who in here uses condoms? Be honest.
I have before, but you know, I don't need to. I'm in a situation. Nah, fuck no.
Do you do it now?
50-50.
Nigga,
I should have done it last time.
nigga, come on now.
bro.
Organic.
50-50.
What's my name, brother?
Okay, so get this, right?
Organic
If,
lifestyle,
if you sleep with a girl, right, and she gets pregnant, right?
Right.
It's two parties, right? Mm-hmm. But ultimately, who has the last say?
She do.
So yes, I have played a part going raw, but guess what? The ultimate decision is up to her.
Yeah. What's
Bro,
the
I
bad thing,
can't let y'all walk out with that, bro.
But see, the bad thing
I can't
too
let
is-
you walk out
so
with
what
that.
If you do
Listen,
this one when she like, okay, I'm on birth control. She's saying all that, or she said I want to get a plan B and all that, and she didn't do all that. She lying to you.
She's a runner. She's a trap star.
You see what I'm saying? Now, bitch, come on now.
That's
I'm
fucked
gonna
up.
come this
That's-
bitch. You on birth control? Yeah.
That's fucked up.
See what I'm saying?
But
Like,
you really gonna walk away from your seat?
See, I know I talk that shit though, but I'm too pure of a person.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't walking away from your
I know I'm
seat.
busy out of phone because I'm too.
You ain't walking away from your seat, bro.
I mean,
You're not doing
I
that.
gotta
So-
put the facade up though.
I'll say this. I'll say
You're
this.
scared, right?
Yeah, you on your own. But
Keep it out there.
Here's the
That's
thing.
it.
Here's the thing, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
By
say
yourself.
this because I want to be very like I don't want it to be misinterpreted. Like what I'm saying simply is that if a woman sleeps with a man and she has a child against that man's wishes, she's got to be able to eat and accept what comes with that. Now, I'm gonna say this: like personally, me, I'm gonna take care of the kid if I got a girl pregnant. That's me. But I cannot put every other man under the same mindset that I'm on because a lot of guys are gonna be like, well, if you're gonna do it, I had no choice in this, so fuck you.
You should though.
You should. I agree.
Because you're a leader,
should
you
take
have
care
a
of it.
space. Now, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you should
Uh-huh.
because you're influencing
You're a
over
black
millions
man.
of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you are a black man, and I care about how they look at you.
Yes.
And him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They
that-
should
that's
take care of the
all
kid.
fucked up.
They should.
But what I'm saying
But-
is this, bro. Listen, feel me.
Go-
Hear me
go-
out.
go ahead,
Hear me
go
out.
ahead, go ahead.
You have a platform, right, in which people come to you for advice.
Yeah.
And they get it, and they go run with it, right? So you're saying to me that that is very unideal for me. If I don't want to have a baby with this girl and I got her pregnant, and she want to keep it, but I'm gonna still handle my responsibility and take care of it. That should be the message to these motherfuckers, because they should be doing the same thing, bro. Because look, all of these dudes, like when I'm talking about, there's a void of masculinity because it's a void of fathers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
They don't know what to fucking do, right? And look, that bitch crazy, bro. We make women crazy.
Yep.
Let's keep it 100. If we don't, we're weak. We control. Like when you're in a relationship, are you controlled by women?
No.
Is the vibe of the relationship on her?
Hell no.
It ain't never. That's never the case.
you gotta
It's
drive
on me.
them crazy.
If it's a lot of turmoil, a lot of yelling, it's probably because I'm allowing that shit and feeding into it. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I don't deal with that kind of shit. I don't argue. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a situation I'm arguing all the time, it's my fucking fault. I'm a dummy. Like I'm yelling with this girl.
Right.
I'm out of my element, or that is my element. Because there's a lot of dudes that's drama queens. You know what I'm saying? So we always control that shit. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I understand that. Here's my perspective. Myron Gaines, I would take care of the kid, and I tell guys, if you get a girl pregnant, you should take care of the kid because at the end of the day, that's your seed. You should take care of it. It shouldn't be a burden on society.
Right.
However, what I will say also is this for the women out there: you need to pick your mate very selectively if you're going to have the child, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is when you have the child and you're with a guy, he's under really no obligation unless you take him to court, whatever, to support you and help you with the child. So the woman has to be intelligent and move right and assume. Like I tell all guys, hey, assume she belongs to the streets until proven otherwise, right? Like she's got to qualify to you. The woman also has to go in with that defensive mindset. If she's going to let a man impregnate her and be prepared, is this guy going to stick by my side? And you got to pick a good, virtuous guy. Because even though we're saying here, hey, you should take care of that seed, and I agree with you, Mike, you should. But let's be honest, a lot of guys are going to have that virtuous mindset, like I'm going to take care of this kid. No, they're going to just leave and dip. So I want the women to know that a lot of guys aren't going to stand by you, and you need to adapt accordingly. Understand that guys that think the way we do aren't necessarily common. A lot of guys are going to run, and we have the stats to show it. Like, look at how many single mother households we have that raise their kids. So I want the women to go in educated, knowing that if you're going to have 100% authority, you need to be prepared for 100% responsibility. And if the guy decides to stand by you with the kid, then you have the 50% responsibility. But you should never assume you're going to have 100% responsibility. Only 50% responsibility.
100%. But you just gave a long breakdown.
Yeah.
Right. For what women to expect. Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. YouTube, the demographics on YouTube is very interesting.
Yep.
It's 90-something% men on YouTube. Right.
Yep.
So all of our channels is the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gave a long, very rational and accurate breakdown to women, but not to men, because that's mostly who's listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So even though we see nothing but women on your channel, that's not who's consuming the content. It's dudes.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. Like, everybody shit is like that on YouTube, right?
And this originally started, just real quick, this original debate started because we had a feminist on, and she was trying to say something about single motherhood or whatever. And I said, well, if a woman is a single mother and she ends up like living a tough life, that's on her. And that's how that debate kind of got started. Actually, you were on that panel that day with that girl. That's how it got started.
I agree. Because there's girls that are just friends of mine that they got themselves in a situation, and we're talking. I'm like, so what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not getting an abortion. I'm like, whoa, but y'all shit ain't even tight. Like, why would you do that? Yeah. Don't think this guy's gonna be around. But that's not right, Mike. I know it's not right, but that's reality, right? Yeah. However, for the dudes, like, let's say they get away. Let's say child support don't catch them, right? It usually does.
Yeah, it does.
It does. You know what I'm saying? For sure. It does. Like, this is what happened. I know motherfuckers, no passport, no driver's license, and you owe enough, they take your ass to jail.
Yeah.
And you know, Arizona, they be doing roundups.
Oh, they do roundups.
They go and look for you.
Yeah.
They actively look for deadbeat. It's like a deadbeat dad fucking
Task
thing.
force.
Task force.
Arizona don't play, man.
They don't fuck around.
They different.
You're not gonna escape. But let's say you get away from that. Karma is a motherfucker, fellas. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
You don't want that on you. Yeah. You don't want that on you. And it's like when you got them dark clouds, shit ain't gonna be good for you. You're gonna be capped on how successful you become.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And just not being able to sleep at night, like knowing you got a kid out there that
That
you're not
too.
supporting.
Yeah,
That's why
that
I wouldn't
too.
be able to do it, because
That
it would be
too.
for my own self-conscious. Like,
That too.
I have a child out there that I'm not taking care of, so I would do it personally. Myron Gaines, I would do it. But I want the women to go out educated, understand you have 100% authority, which means you need to be prepared for 100% responsibility.
So it's taking care of it. Though, like I said, I always said I'd be like, bitch, fuck you and the kid, but I still pay the money now. Shit.
Yeah.
So is that not enough?
That's fine. Like,
I get
at
the money,
least
shit, I'll pay that up.
at least that. But I guarantee you,
I'ma
if
be
you
around.
had a seed, you see a little man,
Yeah,
like,
you gonna be
that's
around.
my
for
nigga
sure.
right
Yeah,
there. That's
that'd
my,
be
you know what I'm
crazy. I
saying?
ain't gonna lie.
You can't help it.
I give about 5 years though, bitch. You better get it in blood. I can see that until you grown, walk around wearing goddamn cords and shit.
Right.
With it.
You can't help
But
it.
yeah, eventually, if you
Because
got any type of pureness,
it's
in
something just like we give people advice all day, right? What about you molding a fucking dope ass human?
the coldest thing you could probably do.
That is incredible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and I understand if you don't have a seed yet, you might not even know what that feels like.
brain ain't
But
get
when you see it, it's like, okay, I got a different
that's your
type
legacy.
I got a different type of motivation now. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't want to move the goalposts, but let's be real here. Most women use the kids as leverage, though. They want to get out with the guy, whatever.
Wait, say it
But
again.
in
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
So most girls use kids as leverage.
Most?
Well, sorry, some of them.
Okay.
Right? And in this case, like, sorry to say, most guys, they want to just dip.
Right.
They'll be like, you know what? I'll try to make it work. And then it's like back and forth. That being said, in a perfect scenario, yes, take care of your kid, be there.
you should, yeah.
But it's sometimes it's a
definitely
bad scenario.
And I gotta say this, I don't know the numbers, right? I don't know like how many guys leave or whatever, but I know there is guys that's doing their best to take care of their kids, and the woman probably not giving them credit.
Yeah.
Right. I know
Or
that's
not
a
letting
thing.
them even
I know
see
that.
them.
I know
Even
that.
not even
I know
letting
that's
them
a
see
thing.
them.
I know that's
Yeah.
a thing, right?
Yeah, that's
and they
crazy.
gonna deal with that shit. But I think that most dudes do want to take care of their kids.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know so many single fathers. You know what I'm saying?
Especially guys I'm
So,
around. I deal with good
yeah.
guys that's around me. So
Yeah,
they all
I
take care of
think
their kids.
I think that shit is kind of good. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, generally speaking, because I see a lot of like things that are normal. Like there's always gonna be them situations to where, yeah, he hasn't seen his dad in ever.
Yeah.
That happens, but it's rare. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear that a lot, but I do hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, people might be dealing with drama with each other or whatever. They hate each other, but they still both trying to see they kids and shit like that.
We hear it a lot, but granted, we deal with this all the time with our people, people, guys that we help with. So like we hear so many horror stories about that. She doesn't let me see my kids. She makes me pay this much.
And then you always got to be like, because I remember one time I was getting a haircut, man, cat in my house, and not my current barber. Shout out to Trippy, that's my guy. But it was a dude before him. I'm just testing out barbers when I first moved back to Cali. And he was talking about, I got to go to court. I'm like, what's up? Trying to see my kid. Then like, what happened? And then he going down the line and shit. And he said, I'm trying to get my shit reduced, the money. I'm like, how much you pay? He was like, nothing. I'm like, So I'm just listening. And yeah, I can't see him because I got a restraining order. I'm like, why?
Oh, man.
She said, bitch said I punched her. I'm like, I'm done. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's a lot of like.
I'll argue for guys to get primary custody.
When you hear about, let's say, toxic masculinity, right? I don't know what the fuck that is, but
false term.
Nah, it's a lot of niggas that be putting their hands on women.
Yeah, that's terrible.
We cannot listen. I looked this shit up, right? The numbers are staggering. I've been incarcerated for a violent offense, right? You know how 90% of the dudes that were in there was some kind of domestic violence.
Yeah, not the time niggas die in the street was over a woman.
Yeah. So we can't act like men don't be doing fucked up shit.
Oh,
to
no,
women.
of course.
Like
they do.
I'm saying majority of the time. Straight up. On that show, that was UDL, what is it called?
UDY.
UD what?
UDY.
UDY. A dude put hands on a girl on a little YouTube channel. Bitch, I'll fuck you up. Bitch, try to throw in the pool like it was a fight. So, and this is just on YouTube.
Yeah.
Young kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can't act like dudes don't be putting hands on chicks. And I'm not no fucking feminist, and I'm nothing. I'm just a normal dude. You know what I'm saying? I love women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not silly about the shit, but I appreciate women. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the homies too. But the fact that I love people, I gotta keep it 100 with them. Like, my nigga, you fucked up. I don't know if you did this shit or not, but you need to fix it if you did. We gotta be like that with each other.
But Mike, how many guys didn't do anything and go, so you know what? Fuck you, nigga. You don't give me what I want.
Yeah.
You hit me.
Did that happen to you?
I know guys that happen to. And
I don't know anybody that's
they're
happened
jail
to.
right now for no reason.
I don't know anybody that's happened
and
to.
the thing is,
bro.
there's no a consequence for them doing that. They could do it.
I don't
today,
know anybody.
tomorrow,
Listen,
whenever.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
That's gotta. I know the system. You gotta have some evidence. You gotta have evidence.
They make
of
evidence.
How?
I'll say this.
They could prove themselves.
I guess that can happen, but that is a minority of. Do you think that happens more than men actually hitting women?
Honestly, I don't know numbers. I can't honestly say.
I'm gonna tell you that's false.
But all I know is
domestic violence is fucking, and I don't even want to sound like no fucking activist. I'm not. But that shit is fucking very prevalent, bro.
Yeah, it is.
And in our community, black women don't be telling on niggas like that.
Ever tell.
Cause it's a they'd rather get smacked up here and there than to turn their man over to the police,
we
who might
program
fucking
not to
kill
call
their
the
ass.
police no matter
we
what in
just
our household.
culturally we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But we can't act like that shit don't happen. It do. And we should not be on that shit. We should be protectors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, this is why we tell guys, like, you got to have an abundance mindset. Like, you should never be you shouldn't even, real talk, you shouldn't even be yelling at your girl and like getting into if you're yelling at your girl, you already lost.
You
like,
lost. You don't have no control.
You shouldn't even the violence thing isn't even in my mirror, because it's like, yo, you shouldn't even be arguing with your girl. Like, nothing is up for debate. Like, okay, you don't like it, you should be able to walk away. We tell guys all the time, you become high value, you become the best that you can be, so that you have the power to walk away, and the girl's gonna have the fear in God that you walk away. That's the worst thing. She'd almost rather you, God forbid, you don't put your hand, but she'd rather that than you actually walk away from her. So that's why I want
if a
guys
woman
to be.
put her hand on me, I'm like,
yeah, even then, some chick hit me on camera, and I was like, whatever. But like, you guys should never be doing that. But what I will say too is that even though it's not as prevalent, there are women out there that will call the cops and say he hit me, whatever, hit herself or whatever. And a lot of guys go to jail because when the police show up, a lot of states have mandatory arrest procedures anytime they show up to domestic call. Right. And let's keep it a stack. The men almost always go to jail, even though it was the woman a lot of the time that was the perpetrator.
Listen, when I was younger, I had a situation where an argument turned into cops being called, and I had to go.
Yeah,
I was in and out, and no charges, no nothing. Yeah. So that can happen. Yeah. But I learned from that, I'll never be in a situation to where I'm arguing with
exactly. That's why you don't even argue.
I'm not gonna be.
Yeah.
And the last time that happened, I locked myself in the bathroom. I'm like, yo, if you don't calm down, I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah,
right, man.
So calm down.
You almost got to call the cops yourself. Whoever calls it,
but
that's the scary thing.
Exactly.
But this is the scary part, though, guys. Like to see, like, cause what Fresh's perspective is that it's scary that you had to take these crazy precautions to protect yourself, even if you don't do anything, because you're
scarier
guilty until proven innocent.
Man, intimidating, yelling, men are scary, bro.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be yelling. Yeah,
that's more scary. Take me to jail for a week. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I'd rather be in jail for a week than my woman feel like she's gonna get fucked up, having that fear of me, of any man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. That's not. I say that for an enemy, for an op. You know what I'm saying?
That's not cool.
And I don't even want that for them. My life is so fucking peaceful now. But it's never like we taking off the table how much terror women deal with men. We taking that shit off the table, bro. And in reality, maybe because I'm older, I've seen a whole lot of shit. But that's majority of the situation. I'm not saying that's all men, because where I'm from, like people like that we deal with. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of motherfuckers that's just treating women any old kind of way.
It exists. I mean, to say that violence against women doesn't exist is disingenuous. It absolutely exists. It's just that for men, my advice, you need to get to a point where you have such an abundance mindset that you're not even arguing with your girl, let alone raising your hand at her.
That's not fun.
That's move around.
You should be like, if it's like she's on some BS, just like what you did. She said, "Fuck you." All right, but walked out.
Very unfortunate.
That's how it should be.
I'll just leave.
I don't want everybody in the chat that's watching this.
And that works. Like, you won.
That works even better.
Facts.
You won.
I want everybody in the chat to have that.
God bless you on your path. That's what I said.
Everyone that's watching this shit right now, y'all need to have the abundance mindset where if she even raises her voice at you or she whatever, you look her dead in the eye. All right, you just leave. That's going to cause her more pain than anything could do physical.
When you feeling, because nobody could push somebody's button like they woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you got to know that shit and know, like, bring it down, bro. Bring it down. Whenever shit get heated, whenever I'm dealing with any woman, even dudes, like, I go low. I'm like, all right. Okay, it's very unfortunate. But let's just stop now. I don't want to say something that's going to be disrespectful or something I can't say, but whatever. But I go down. You know what I'm saying? Because you get loud. When two people yelling, nobody's hearing shit.
Facts. Yeah.
It's pointless. Y'all look silly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, fellas, meditate, motherfucker. Yeah. Something. You got to, like you said, having that abundance mindset, but having that self-awareness. Yeah, and man. Like, just chill out, bro. Just chill out.
The laws are not in your favor. They're going to take you to jail.
It's not.
Even for a verbal altercation, you can still go to jail, guys. So don't even bother, bro. Don't yell at, like, just ignore it. Like, the most powerful thing you can do to a girl is leave her on scene, if I'm going to keep it 1,000. Like, keep your read receipts on, guys. That's going to hurt her more than a slap.
That no don't say nothing.
You know best.
Don't say nothing.
If anything, I learned now leaving chicks on scene is even more important, bro. Like, I learned from my mistakes, bro. You don't entertain the stupidity.
Don't ever.
You being peaceful, walking away is going to trigger her emotions.
Even more.
What? I messed up.
Right.
But if you argue with her, you're going to spike her emotions to fight back with you.
Because that time when she said, fuck you, I said, people's words have consequences. And I left. She's blowing my phone up. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, please. Baby, I'm stressed. Baby, I know that you're with me every. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like,
bro, I don't argue. I don't chase. I just replace, bro. At that point, look, the stress of dealing with that, I don't want it on me. Hey, you want to argue? Argue by yourself. I'm going to go over here. You want to argue?
But here's the thing, too. Like, it depends on who you're dealing with, right? Like, because I'm not quick to just replace. You know what I'm saying? This, if my woman got into that kind of manic, hyper yelling, shit like that, and I distance myself, I haven't gotten to that point. But if I do, you know what I'm saying? I understand. I'm not as emotionally active as her. Right? So I want her to calm down and think about that shit. And we're going to talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. And if I'm dealing with a person that just ain't rational and they can't recognize they shit, then I got to move on. But if we could fix it, because one thing that Instagram and social media has done, it made us too quick to walk out on shit. You know what I'm saying? And whenever because I know me, a long time, I'm a little bit uncomfortable, I'm out.
Yeah.
because I got a couple waiting. I was waiting on this one anyway. But that shit ain't cool. I remember I had to recognize a couple years ago, like, yo, when I'm dealing with something, just something serious, fuck all of this shit right here.
Yeah.
Because it makes it too easy to, like, a little conflict, out of here.
Right.
And then I'd be thinking about next week, like, why the fuck did I do that?
Right.
And in the heat of the moment, you with who you want to be with. You go to something lesser because you ain't with her. You got her waiting and shit. So you ain't feeling her like her, but you'll quickly because you fit in your feelings right now. And then you're on this.
I think putting her on ice is a good move, though.
Huh?
As a man, I think putting her on ice and going to the next one, letting her feel that pain for a little bit, I think that's a good move as a man.
I don't know because it conditions you. And I used to tell my homeboys when they get in a relationship, I was like, bro, don't be like me. Cause I used to be damaged, like just nonstop rotation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that shit is not fly. When you uncomfortable, like motherfucker, like, I'm just bored with my girl. I'm like, bro, that shit temporary. That shit go away. Right. Ride that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Boring girls are good.
Huh?
I said boring girls are good,
I'm
man.
just saying sometimes, you know, shit ain't all this. This is not realistic. Shit gonna be here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's life.
It's a roller coaster.
So, but I used to be so spoiled. Whenever I'm here, come back, like get somebody else to keep that shit high. That shit is not real life. You know what I'm saying? You can't sustain that. You never develop a real deep, meaningful relationship with somebody when you're easily icing motherfuckers and replacing them.
It depends on the situation.
And doing that is like, it feel good that you have the ability to do that, but long term that shit is not fulfilling at all. Mm-hmm. It look weird. You always got somebody different. Like, you not stable. I wasn't stable because that was me. You know what I'm saying? I used to always motherfucker, like, I'm like, I ain't going around my friends no more because I don't want their girls thinking that, you know what I'm saying, I'm a scumbag and I'm being a scumbag. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that shit is just like,
Depends on the guy.
I guess we're different paths of life because I'm not trying to settle down right now.
Yeah,
but I think
that's.
But I see what you're saying for a long term. Like, you're gonna have to have those ups and downs.
You're new to this bag shit.
Right.
Balance comes with the bag, brother. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
You get a couple more years, you're getting your shit, your money, you run through all this shit. You're gonna realize I gotta have balance to maintain this bag and make it grow.
Exactly.
That's just how it goes.
You told me that.
You seen it from my own
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
I done it, bro. And I was the most vigilante nigga I ever met in my life. And once I calmed down, my bag got bigger when my balance got better. It's a fact, bro.
And people deal with you different when they see that you that type of person.
Yep.
Because people like us, they're worried that we might take their bitch.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? They see you loving on somebody, they okay.
Yeah, we can do business.
Mine is
You know what I'm saying?
safe.
Yeah. And that's some real shit, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
real talk. People that are married have a better business acumen towards other people than people that are single. You're right, 100%. They look at it, you know what? He's married, I'm married too. We're on a certain level.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
It's all balance.
Right. Yeah. And it's a lot of, when you're hopping around, that's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of energy.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just having one or two that you cool with, bro, is way better than having five. I'm telling you, the headache, bro. Dog, it's a headache,
You got
dog.
shit going on. You're somebody now, bro.
Yeah.
When you're
Yeah.
nobody, you just want to dip dick all day.
But y'all
Have
doing
fun
it
when
right
you
though.
broke.
You said like the more busy and successful y'all getting, you have less girls.
Yes.
Yeah. But you have more quality, I'm sure.
No
You know what I'm
question.
saying?
Yeah, we're not picking now.
Well, now I'm getting more picky, especially with all this BS that happened
Yeah, it's
before,
just
bro.
Lord,
Y'all need to
bro.
learn from my mistake, man. Keep them receipts. Be able to prove your case with some BS, bro.
Well,
Like,
everything in my life is recorded, so we got files. So
Oh, yeah,
nobody's
me
saying
too.
nothing
Like,
about it.
I got camera every single room in my house.
I've never had that Me Too shit because I'm like, oh, is that right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Remember this?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Save all that shit, guys.
Yeah. I'd be like, here, you hold it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
not a
always
vibe.
tell them, see all these cameras in, we record it all the time.
But it sucks that it's got to get to that point where dudes got to damn near have a investigative report every time. You know, oh, you said this. Oh, okay, well, actually, this
That's how
contradicts
it has
this
to, but that
on
comes
this
with
day and
success,
time.
though.
Yeah.
That's regular people ain't really got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the 1%ers, 5%ers. So
Yeah.
you're in a different category of
Yeah.
life. You're going to have to deal with that shit.
Trump's vice president, I think it was Pence. Like, he wouldn't even meet with a woman alone in a room without a witness.
Right, look what happened.
Without
to
a-
Trump.
He's
He had
that
to
much
sign
of a
NDAs,
savage.
She's
He's like,
still
yo.
told.
Yeah.
She had to pay all
So
that money, she still told.
Pence was a savage then.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't trust myself.
Trust herself.
He was like, I need a witness in here anytime I meet with a woman. Okay.
Damn right.
I feel it. That shit. Hey, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what
Makes
we live in.
sense. It makes sense, bro. It's
But
scary.
also, I feel like to me, it's not scary. I walk into every situation fearlessly because I'm pretty good with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not no creep. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no creep vibes with me. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's just a horrible thing to be labeled with. I don't like being around him. It's weird. He's a creep. I can't. You know what I mean? Looking at me, and, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
I don't give you attention like that. I don't care how bad everybody is. I'm chilling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I used to think I had great judge of character and like could vet girls, but I ain't gonna lie, dog. Once I got to this status and had that crib and shit, it was like 3 situations that happened back to back to back that blew my mind. I had no clue.
Yeah.
One girl tried to steal my identity.
Wow.
But lucky I'm so looped up and people really love me, thank God, that the person tried to send the shit to was a nigga I fucked with. He like, nigga, I fucked with this nigga.
Right.
He sent my ID. He was like, man, no, Miss Organic, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Like, another time a bitch just left a tampon in my room for no reason, like I'm hidden somewhere. Like,
No, I expect that. I expect that shit.
Yeah, but it's
panties. It's like, why is your panties behind the dresser?
Like,
bro.
why?
But I do a sweep. Well, back then, and then my old
sweep.
My old assistant, he knew what to look for and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? It's back in the day.
And
I was a
didn't have a
grimy
girl.
dude back in the day, bro. Grimy.
I think
I was grimy,
I think
bro.
it's important for us to understand that like no one's perfect when it comes to vetting. You could have all your
You're gonna make your mistakes.
but we're gonna
thought I
make
was
mistakes.
cold, man.
But we're actually more, I would say, better equipped to vet.
Yeah.
We're not perfect.
Right.
Like I thank God I had all that stuff. So when this BS came out, I was like, I was prepared.
Before you
but
got
like,
them.
but it's like, yeah, man, learn from our mistakes, bro. Like, don't smash girls raw and then pull out like my dumb ass. Like,
Well, here's my
Fuck that
my
raw
shit.
pussy, brother.
man.
That's
My-
all.
my thing-
You
my
could've
thing
did
is
that.
this.
Too far gone.
For all young motherfuckers listening, focus on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Build your foundation. You know, make yourself a utility to your community. That means useful. You know what I'm saying? And if you focus on, you're gonna meet girls here and there on the way, but don't focus on that shit, right? Focus on you building your wealth. Because listen, you know the argument about, oh well, most people are average. It was average. Yep. But you, that one motherfucker, can step out of that shit.
Facts.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
That could be you.
So don't be like, I can't. And here's the thing. Let's say you don't make it to whatever status it is. The fact that you're trying every day, you're still going to be better.
Right.
Every day.
No
Small incremental steps, right? And women admire that shit. Listen, it's not realistic for everybody to make X amount of money. It's not a thing, right? And women would love that. But if they'll accept you if you trying. They respect you. That's the whole thing.
ambition. That's the number one thing
They-
girls
ambition.
say.
It takes slow growth. They
Yeah,
definitely
exactly,
will.
exactly.
Just have some growth and some
Exactly.
ambition. Just don't be doing nothing.
Right, and just qualify yourself to really be that guy. Because listen, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to live with my woman for the rest of my life, right? So it's like, think about that shit. Like, you trying to impress the homies, or you trying to impress you want your woman, your wife, or someday. I'm sure not now, but someday to look at you and be proud. Like, yo, there's nothing you can say about my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Even your real friends gonna look at you like a goofy. You know, you got a good woman and you
Exactly.
constantly doing that. Nigga, take your ass
Exactly.
home, man.
Exactly.
Like, that's happened to me when I had my
Exactly.
old girl way back in Minnesota time. Like, I used to be over there with my guys all night, and I got the baddest girl in the city. They like, nigga, what are you doing here? I'm nigga, I'm fucking these bitches. What are you talking about? They like, go home. You got a home, beautiful girl. Shut up. My niggas thought I was crazy, and they were right.
Yeah.
And I lost a legendary girl that time.
Yeah.
And it's a fact. Stop trying to be cool for niggas, man. Be cool for yourself and be cool for people that really love you and care for you. They're going to tell you to go the right way.
Right.
Stop just caught up in the hype.
The real talk, like the self-improvement, guys, is so that you can look in the mirror and be proud of what you see looking back at you.
That what
Real
counts.
talk, because like if you can't look at the mirror and be happy with what you see, then you got work to do.
Nothing matters.
That's really that's the number one thing is you can't even think about dealing with chicks or doing this other stuff until you're right with yourself, man.
And look, you got one life to live, right? Quality is over quantity. I'm telling you right now, bro. After a certain point, you want quality. And look, for you to get quality, you got to become the best version of yourself, which means fitness, mindset, finances, all that, man. So real talk, man, it's a full package.
Yeah, trust me, because I ain't going to lie, dog. Like, when I get me millions of dollars, I'm going to live in L.A., nigga, I was gonna feast on everything. I was like, they ain't never seen a nigga act this crazy. Watch what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
And once I got there and got it, I said, I don't want none of that shit. I'm gonna calm my ass down.
It's too dangerous.
So
And the
trust
cool-
me, I'm the most vicious you ever seen, and they calm me down.
And the
So y'all
cool
gonna do
thing,
it
the
too.
cool thing about it is, I'm sure you did that on
Yeah.
the way up. Like
On the way up.
I did
Yo,
too.
king of downtown.
Yeah, and it's like, look, I just want to chill, like quality. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yep.
Like a turn up for me is a group of friends, couples
On a yacht.
on a yacht,
Yeah.
or at
Good vibes.
fucking Mastros, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a vibe for me.
It's a fact.
You
You're
know what
never
I'm
gonna
saying?
understand it until you get to these levels. That's the really way to go. It sounds so good and glorious looking on the outside, nigga. I'm gonna be like Hugh Hefner. I promise you, that shit is whack.
And
once
it's
you get
whack to
understand
be that guy, like just in the club like
thirsty,
Yeah.
drooling.
You
And
look
you got the
stupid.
bag.
You look
like
stupid.
a fool.
You look
got
stupid.
the Rafe outside. You
Yeah,
just, what's up,
you
babe?
look
What's up, babe?
stupid.
Hey, babe, I got.
Bro, it's so bad now when I go to the club, I have to go with girls. I don't want to be that nigga looking
I
for
prefer
girls.
that.
Yeah, because guess what?
I prefer
when I'm
that.
with girls, girls come to me anyway.
Chill,
No, I
man.
prefer
Off
that.
rip.
Just
I
chill.
prefer. I
Yeah.
like hanging out with women.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
I like feminine energy, bro.
Yeah.
Look,
chill.
I get it. I'm with the homeboys. It's a good time, right? But I need quality time with chicks, bro. I need that. So, hey, when we go to the club, hey, I'm 2-3 chicks having a great time. More chicks come through.
Too
It's a
bad
party.
y'all here because I'm going to Miami tomorrow and I'm about to have a ball.
Miami crazy. I gotta
I'm
go
about
back out
to.
there next month.
Y'all
How long you out there?
How long-
till Sunday?
We're going
Okay.
back on Friday.
We'll probably come back on Friday or Saturday.
Let's go to Komodo.
You'll stay
Friday
extra
is
day, bro.
11.
You want 11?
Friday.
Okay.
Without us? Come on.
Wait,
bro.
are you back? Are you back
11
on
y'all
Friday?
spot?
Yeah,
We're
11,
probably gonna
21st,
go
11.
either Friday or
That
Saturday
shit's
back to
fire,
Miami.
bro.
I ain't never
The
been.
food is fire.
And Saturday we're gonna get a boat and just kick it.
Are we invited on the boat?
If you there, bro, y'all my guys. What you talking about?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So we leave Friday then.
But a lot of like nice young ladies are gonna hang out. You know what I'm saying? You know how you
Feast.
live there. You know how you live in Miami. You know what I'm saying? But nah, but
Yeah,
my
yeah.
woman gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, we be turning up. Shit, a lot of people like 2 weeks ago, my baby mom, that's my dog. It's like one of my best friends. You know what I'm saying?
That's a blessing.
She was here, stayed with us. We all stayed together. You know what I'm saying? Went to the strip club, hung out, had a fucking ball. Me, my woman, and my baby mom. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Damn.
ideal.
That's how shit should be.
That's tough. Most
Player
people
shit.
can't
That's
do
how
that.
shit should be.
That's tough.
That's how shit
But I
should be.
respect that, bro, because
Yeah.
real talk, like that relationship with the child's mother is important, bro. Like you don't want the child to see y'all fighting or hating each other. That's bad.
Because here's the
You
thing,
know?
man. Like,
So that's ideal.
shit don't work out, okay. But that baby conceived out of love, hopefully. And, you know, it's like when you, like, people have baby mama drama for usually 2 reasons. One, they still fucking with the girl but not keeping it 100.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
2, they're not handling their responsibilities.
Yeah.
So if that's none of that's on the table, we're good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, in my life, I just want peace with everybody in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think I live my life like this predicated on the fact that I'm going to die.
Yeah.
My girl hate when I say this shit, but I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So what's important to me is how y'all last interaction with me. You know what I'm saying? I prefer for that to be pleasant and positive. So if I do die tomorrow, like, damn, that dude was cool.
I'm gonna live forever.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Because
funny.
there's a lot of people that is fucked up. And they funeral, I'm like, these motherfuckers I know, I'm like, I ain't going to that nigga funeral.
No,
Fuck
hell
that nigga.
yeah.
Right.
I didn't like him.
Facts.
Why would I? You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? I don't want that.
Well,
You know what I mean?
So one of my
Good
idols
point.
is my granddad, right?
is.
And when he passed away, like the whole community was there, and no one could say anything about my granddad. Integrity, honest, stand
That's
up
what it's
guy,
about.
show love to everybody in the family.
Because
Same
we
with
gon'
me.
we gonna die.
You gonna die one
Most
day.
definitely.
We gonna die, so
What's
let's
your
do it
legacy?
right.
Is it
What's
gonna
your
be?
legacy?
Oh, he was a scammer. He was this person, that person. Or was
impact
he
on people,
always
man.
nice, genuine, and a father to his children?
Yeah, that's what I always say. That's part of my thing. Is like, you know, my stuff is gargoyles and all that being hard, but I'm fly at the same time with the wings. I'm chilling, but don't play with me. But on top of that, the immortality part is that the people you affect and what you leave behind once you're gone. I'm not gonna live forever, but my name and my legacy will. So what I leave upon my man is gonna keep me alive forever, and that's one of my
You
goals.
look at someone like Nipsey Hussle, right?
you
R.I.P.
go.
The reason why his death hurt so many people was because he interacted with. No one could really say anything bad about him because he had done so much for the community. He helped so many people. So his name lives on way past his passing. So I think it's very important to leave that positive impression on people. And I like that you mentioned that because you could die tomorrow, and if you have some kind of issue with someone or whatever, and you didn't squash it, like you don't want that last memory to be, oh, we never squashed it, and then that that guilt and that regret for the rest of their life, you know. So that's a good point to bring.
Yeah, bro. I have like,
Yeah.
you know, it's people in my life that I always try to clean shit up, right? And I had a friend that, that was my dog, right? And then we had a period to where shit just got weird. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, fuck that shit. I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, but like people that would, if you've ever been that, like in my life like that, like even if we ain't talking, we ain't fucking with each other, I'll never say fuck that nigga or fuck that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I had real love for you at some point. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that shit be real. So I hit him up out the blue, shit, maybe about a month ago. Like, bro, I don't know where we went wrong. It sucks. But you my guy and I miss you. You know what I'm saying? So
No wrong admitting that, bro.
Ever
big.
wanna,
That's
That's big.
that's
You
big
ever-
to do that.
And I felt I did nothing wrong.
Right.
But I said, if I did something, I don't know what it is, and I apologize. You don't even got to tell me. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to chop it up with you just to catch up. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
And then he hit me back like, "Oh, bro, this is great. Let's talk." And then he wanted to like try to like, it was nothing there really, but I didn't even care. Like, we good now. You know what I'm saying? We talk every day now. That's how. And even my friends, my homies, like every now and then, like you getting a, hey bro, I love you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because
That's important, man.
we need that shit.
Extremely important.
We need
Especially
that
for
shit.
men, you
Everybody
need a
needs
tribe,
that
bro.
shit.
Like you
need
need,
that
like
shit.
with men, especially, like you need a team of guys that you can confide in, that you could talk to. Because we tell guys on the podcast all the time, you tell your personal problems to other men, not to your girl like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell her, hey, I got to handle whatever, but like the details of like something that might be compromising, you want to handle that with other men that can actually like know where you're coming from. They understand that masculine burner performance, and they can help and advise you. So. Yeah, I think that's important.
Instead
like,
of hating as black men, you put each other up, help each other make money, business together.
I wish it was like that all the time, bro.
I feel it's like that. It's just like we just got to be the examples.
It ain't that many of us that get together.
Right.
So once we get away from us, then the rest of the people we're around is like,
Right.
I mean, you got to worry about them. Like, we can't just walk around with this shit on all day.
Yeah.
Right.
They going to try to get us. You know what I'm saying? Our own people going to be the first one to jump out the damn car on you.
Right. But see, even with that, it's like, with my life is like, look, I am a one-man army, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like some people know that. But even when I move around, I can't lie, bro. When I move around, when I'm at Delilah or wherever, bro, I always got somebody in there.
Of course.
And nobody knows whoever I'm with. They have no idea.
Right.
But just, I'm a one-man army.
Right.
And I got a lot of people. I'm important to some people. So
hell yeah.
Can't shit happen to me, you know what I'm saying? But even with myself, like, I do all of the things that's necessary for me to walk around with my strap, you know what I'm saying? And I know how to handle my... So even with that, like if a brother do try to run, I'm like, bro, it's not gonna be good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Every time, it
But
don't be good for them.
right, but it's not. They don't reflect us as a people. You know what I'm saying? It's just look. It's unfortunate. Some cats just they so corrupt. They so morally bankrupt in their life. They feel like they gotta resort to that.
Right.
That's some shit I would never. I'm like, even when I was in the streets, robbery, that was not a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did good business with motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I was bad. I ain't gonna lie. I was robbing my plug. I'm sorry.
See, I never did.
Yeah,
I never did, bro. And my plugs, bro. My plug, I had a Paisa. I didn't have to deal with a Chicano. I had a Paisa, bro.
Yeah,
He was my guy. And one night we all went out together. He gets jumped. This is a legendary night, bro. It was in Scottsdale. I knocked out like 4 people protecting his ass, right? Because they was hating on him. And after that, he started giving me the work at cost.
Beautiful thing.
And it blew my mind how little it was.
You ain't
bro.
sure you ain't lined that up? That was a good move right there. I like that move,
bro.
Mike.
It blew my mind.
Right.
But even before that, I just did good business with him.
Yeah, he's
you
a
know
good
what I'm saying?
guy.
And like people I respect, like Big Meech.
Right.
His name was
Good business.
bro. He was sitting. Like the Mexican mafia was like, yo.
His brothers.
I mean, the cartel was like, yo, that's our guy.
That was his
because he
guy.
did such good business.
Great business. He
And I know
never
this
did
is-
dirty
that's-
business.
Some people think that is negative, but drugs are becoming legal.
Right.
So it's silly that we even have to deal with that shit. But you do good business wherever side of the law you on. That's just the character of your person. You know what I'm saying?
You last longer.
Sometimes people do things that are illegal, and I had to pay the consequence. Meech's paying his shit right now, but his name is fucking solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
I
what
just
it's
said
about.
that because I just drove here from my crib, and that's crazy you said that because I just said that in my video that's gonna probably be in this video. In this, 'cause I saw a big ass billboard on a skyscraper with his son playing him on Stars,
Right.
With the big ass
Yeah.
BMF,
Yeah.
Like he had the billboard in Atlanta, but he got a fucking.
I remember
TV
that
show.
shit though.
That's crazy.
I was in Atlanta around them time. I was like, yo, these niggas.
No, it was
tripping.
crazy. It was nuts.
Think about this, bro. The biggest drug dealers.
I got an interesting perspective
ever
after you guys go. Go ahead.
with they billboard.
Yeah.
And they was pop culture.
Yeah.
Yes, they were. Still is.
You know what I'm saying? Still is.
Still trying to live up to that.
And now that
like,
I guess it's out, like people know what I used to do. Like I had done like complex, large scale drug investigations
Right.
before, you know, with cartels, all that other stuff. And the one thing I will say about the drug game is, you know, people would be ripping each other, all that other stuff. And when you do find someone that you deal with that is
Yeah, I respect
honorable,
them.
yeah, that dude would have that plug and have that line for years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because the drug game is from the investigative standpoint, I know this from my training experience in the past that like most people that you wholesale to, whatever, they're on some grimy shit. They take it, they don't pay you, blah, blah, blah. You lose the product, whatever. So when you do get a guy that's paying on time, that gets you back your money on time, whatever. That dude is set for life, and he's the first one to get the product. So it's very interesting that we're talking about this from different perspectives and angles.
Because you did good business using damn cop. And
I was in Barbados. Some rum punch on the beach.
It's interesting how we're seeing this from different perspectives. But yeah, I could definitely say if you did good business, you would be the one that got the work first and everything for the best price.
Listen, bro, I've been parts of investigations before. You know what I'm saying? Always find out after the fact. And it's funny because I'm so, like, how I stay, if I sense motherfuckers is doing illegal shit, I'm way the fuck away from them, right?
Yeah.
And this
Especially
is after all of the shit that I dealt with. So, in the last situation was in Miami, right, with my old business partner, and the DEA, the manager over that investigation, he contacted me the day that they went and got him, like after the fact. He's like, sorry, man, you're a casualty to his bullshit. But he started giving me the details and shit. And, you know, we were investigating you too for a while because we thought it was some kind of connection with Arizona. Right. But I'm glad that they see I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Lucky.
Bro, so lucky, bro.
Damn.
But he was like, he had respect for me. He said, you're a good dude, man. Like, da-da-da-da. So y'all are sitting on phones. You know how, and this guy was a bona fide scumbag. It was a whole part to him that I didn't even know that the cop is telling me. And he was talking about him with such disdain, like he hated him, right? And it's like, y'all are sitting watching people. I'm sure that how hard people start trying to prosecute people have a lot to do with how much y'all like that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, some case agents, definitely hold resentment towards their target and they go extra hard or whatever and they have a personal animosity. But the best way to do it is always be objective and, like, look at everybody. But, you know, when you're doing a case, like,
y'all are people. Y'all are humans.
Yeah, like, you're gonna have some personal investment in it and you're going to want to get them and everything. But, like, the best cases typically is, like, when it's objective and you look at everybody the same. That's how you put the best cases together, you know, especially with these, like, because drug cases, a lot of times, they're big conspiracies.
So U.S. Marshals, they usually come hard. I mean, that's,
so they're in charge of, like,
warrants.
Typically serving warrants and, like, getting fugitives and stuff like
violent,
that.
right?
Yeah,
that's okay. So they came,
that's if you delegate the warrant to them.
They came for me.
Oh
right?
shit. Okay.
And gentlemen, right? He came. I mean, they came.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. He's like, what's your name? I was like, I don't know. You tell me. What do you know, right? Yeah. But he was like, nah, I know, I got you. He said, look, man. This is exactly what he said. He says, because they've been trying to catch me for a minute.
Yeah.
He says, man, you're a good dude. You do a lot of good for a lot of people. Just, you know, get this behind you and move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? He took me down to the substation. He came in. He brought my phone in, got pen and some paper. He says, here, get the numbers you need. I'm like, man, thank you.
Hell yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to pay the piper. But I still lived as an honorable person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is,
had I not, maybe shit would have turned out different for me.
Right.
And I'll say this too, from coming from that side, like, your job is to take away their liberty, not their respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? They're still human beings. You gotta still treat them with dignity. So even when, you know, we would pick somebody up, if they're respectful, I was always respectful. Like, hey, you hungry, you want something to eat, blah, blah, blah. I'll go get some from them. Because they can't leave there in the sun.
You get that KFC.
Right.
You know, so yeah.
Yo, all right, you know, I've been trying to wrap it up for a minute, but we having good conversation.
I know.
Yo, we about to get up out of here, but we gotta do another episode, talk about some of the the fucking some of your dope fucking cases.
And it's crazy too, because, like,
that's interesting. You know
real talk, like, that's why me and Organik are so cool, because, like obviously this is before I came out what I used to do.
The other side.
Like, me and Organik were literally on opposite sides of the law at a time. Like, I did the exact same crimes that he was. I investigated the same crimes that he was doing. So it was like funny. But that's why we're like opposites, but we're like the same too. So that's why I'm so tight with him. But
right there,
we could definitely have that discussion.
Right there. You know what I'm saying? Tucson, that area.
And it's a thin line between.
But y'all changed though. Like, that's also like y'all are now successful entrepreneurs. Like, yo, like, this is the way to go. Like, y'all are successful entrepreneurs. Like, you guys changed. Like, you guys didn't just like, oh, I'm gonna continue to be in the streets. Like, nah, y'all turn your lives around, and this is what
it's whack.
Guys,
is whack.
Look, we all want to make
really
it.
Positivity.
Right? Good path, bad path. We all want to make it. We're not bad people, but, you know, certain scenarios and certain things, and, you know, at the end of the day, we learn from it, we grow from it, and we become better.
Listen. What I used to do was illegal back then, and it's not anymore.
Facts.
Oh,
So it just tells you a lot right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not illegal anymore.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Me too.
All right, yo. Hey, y'all, thanks for tuning in. I'm looking at TV like this, camera. Thanks for tuning in, motherfuckers. Love y'all. Holla at y'all later.
All right, peace
Later,
out.
guys.
Peace.
Three of 'em.
That was a good show, man.
No, that was a really, really good interview.
What kind of cases?